Good day, legends. TJC Sports here, live, roughly 4 minutes-ish early. Doesn't really matter. I just could not wait to get onto the stream for this game today here. Love the World Club Challenge. Back with another legendary rugby league live stream reaction. I hope you're all having an amazing night or day wherever you are across the world. England, UK in general, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, doesn't matter. We're going to have a great time today. A rugby league tradition between the reigning champions of the Patriot Super League and the NRL. It's the Poms versus the Aussies, and I, for one, could not be more excited for this one today. Is it as big as Para winning the comp, which they're going to do this year? Nah, of course not. But it's always a pretty fun time anyways, legends, and we'll make do with it here between the two sides, of course. So sit back, grab your popcorn or whatever you guys have and enjoy another legendary live stream reaction here. Feel free to drop a comment, though. Of course, it is late where our regular audience is, so I respect that, legends. But any comment is appreciated. Any like is appreciated. If you're new to the channel, considering the sub button, but it's not needed. We love what we do here on the channel and hope you enjoy the content today. Honestly, between these two teams, man, it's going to be a good one here. I love the tradition of it all, the champions versus the champions. Obviously, as an Aussie, I'm not going to lie to you, any English viewers that jump in, I am a bit more familiar with the Brisbane Broncos and their players than I am with the English players, but I have done my best to get myself enough facts to be able to make it a fair commentary between the two. Overall, I don't really mind who wins this one. I always just hope for an intensely exciting game between the two sides. I just don't like one-sidedness. So I hope we get a good game today here between Hull KR and Broncos. From my understanding, Hull KR are actually coming off a loss at the moment, so they'll be looking to fix that by winning the World Club Challenge in their first ever World Club Challenge as well, legends. They want to break history in itself. They want that 100% win record here at none other than MKM Stadium in Hull there. As for the lineups, legends, for those of you may be wondering, it starts with, of course, the English, the Poms, the Hull KR. We have Arthur Morg at fullback. Feel free to let me know if I pronounce any of these things wrong, legends. Half these players I am, how do I put it? I am like, I haven't done them before, so we'll work with it together as a team. Peter Hiku is in the centres with Oliver Gilder. I remember Hiku, former Cowboy, former Panther, former Sea Eagle, and I think another club that I'm forgetting. Tom Davis and Joe Burgess are the wings, with Mikey Lewis and Tyrone May in the half. Very familiar with that halves combination. With Sue and Tom Amone in the props. Hooker today is Jez Litton here, with the second rowers being Dean Hadley and James Batchelor. Batchelor, what a last name that is. I don't even know who James Batchelor is, but I love that last name. And Elliot Minichella is the lock there, captaining the side. Sam Luckley, Jai Wetbread, Reece Martin, and Carl Lawton are on the interchange with Jack Brown as the 80th man here. Is that the Reece Martin from PNG? Pretty legendary. As for the Brisbane Broncos, the visiting team here to England, we have Reece Walsh at fullback there. I don't need to introduce Reece Walsh. I think at this point the whole world knows who Reece Walsh is, even if you don't watch rugby league. Incredible player. Put up one of the best grand final performances we've ever seen in his most recent club career game. He also represented Australia on their tour around the Ashes, so he's not new to England. He'll be very familiar with the scenery today. Josiah Karapani and Dean Mariner are the wingers, with Shibasaki and Katoni Staggs. And says, I say Shibasaki, when it comes to series represented, he's got a 100% win rate for Origin Queensland. Ezra Mam, Wham Bam, you got manned, and Adam Reynolds in the halves captaining the team. You know what? Credit it's due. Between Elliot Minchella and Adam Reynolds, we've got some real experience there captaining the team today. Corey Jensen and Payne Haas are the props. Corey Pake's coming in to play hooker for this game here, with considering retirement after this season, Ben Hunt coming off the bench. Also, I've got to stop saying Payne Haas. I'm going to have to get used to it. Hakeem Haas as well. Jack Gosweski and Jordan Ricky on the second rowers, with Paddy Carrigan at lock here. Ben Hunt, we mentioned him before. Willison, Ben Tolte, and Toa are the interchange. Grant Anderson, who could have gotten an opportunity in this game, lines up at 18th man. Shout out to the chat here. Hello, legends. See the Bronx, baby, staying up all night because why not? Why not, legend? This is a game worth staying up for, man. I've been up for like 6 hours for this one. I woke up at like midnight and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to be streaming it. Let's go World Club Challenge. Yo, TJC, how are you, bro? I am legendary. Thank you very much, my favorite Bulldog supporter. How you doing yourself, Renakama? You looking forward to this one? You got a team you'd rather win? Because I know that there's definitely some Aussies that don't love the Broncos. I'm not personally one of them, but there are Aussies that don't like the Broncos much at all. So I am curious to see if we'll be seeing some of the hate for the Broncos coming up during the stream as well, you know? Good morning, y'all. Hey, TJC. Hello, the neutralizer. Good to have you here, man. I'm going to guess that you tipped the ref on the poll. You didn't. We've still got 0% for the ref on the poll. Really surprised by that one. Would have thought we'd have a tip for the ref by this point, knowing how you roll, Legend, but of course not, I guess. All right, we're going to have to move on with that here. Not too long till kickoff now, Legends. 4 minutes to go here. So let's drop some quick predictions for this one. Remember, Legends, we do read every prediction at halftime. My personal predictions for this one are for Reece Walsh to go over anytime. We are first try scorer of, let's just say, out of nowhere, right? They're going to hold on for 20 minutes, and then Jordan Ricky's going to fly on over, okay, for Broncos. And then we're going to have an equalizer at any time when we go to the Hull KR, and it'll be none other than the man himself, the boy, the halves partner there, Mickey Lewis. He's going to redeem himself for the trip that nearly ruled him out of this game. But, of course, it didn't in the end, and he manages to play now. But he's going to redeem himself, Legends, for that mistake today or tonight, depending on where you are. Technically today, let's face it, Legends. I pretty much can just say today, right, in this game between the two clubs. Joe Burgess, Mikey Lewis, you know, there's so many. As much as I said I wouldn't know every player, there is definitely an argument to be made here. Taking a look at the lineup, some of these guys definitely do look familiar. But in all seriousness, all the pressure in this game is on the Broncos for this one here. 2026 NRL Premiership winners, one of the best grand final performances we've seen in a long time. Definitely one of the best in my lifetime. Taking on Hull KR, who haven't even been in this fixture before, Legends. You know, beating a second place, very solid, actually tied with the Roosters for the most with 5 apiece. They're Wigan Warriors, who come in second in total World Club Challenge wins here today. Here, when they also won last year when they took on the Penrith Panthers and won there 16-12. Lying's a sin, isn't it, Brian Toto? As he said after that game, there didn't take it too well. Wrong game for the ref, TJC. When it's World Club Challenge, I'll choose any NRL every time, even though it's not my team playing. Huge, mate. Huge. I never thought I'd see a game where we wouldn't have the neutralizer, bro, in the chat tipping the ref and going, TJC, ref 13+. Absolutely astonished by that, but credit to you, man, for sticking to your words. You believe what you believe, right? I've got 2 anytime try scorers being Mikey Lewis and Reece Walsh. I could easily see them both going over in this one. In fact, I'm pretty sure I just literally, my immediate memory for some reason is going foggy, but I'm pretty sure I just literally did that, Legends. I'm pretty sure I literally just tipped those 2 players to go over at some point as my anytime try scorers in this one here, of course. You know? Can the English finally win again in this one? Last couple times it's gone their way, and for Hull, it'd be a huge statement in their first ever game in such a prestigious match. To add that to their history is such a brag, right? Not many teams can say they have a 100% rate in this, especially 1 from 1. It would be a real brag for them to be able to do something like that. They've got to prepare themselves, Legends. They've got to play really good today to show off what they can do, because guess what? They won't be able to slack off when the mighty Parramatta Eels go on a 5 peaks and are in this challenge every single year winning it. They're going to need to play well when that happens, Legends. So cross your fingers for a good game here between them. I'm going to go personally with the Brisbane Broncos 1-12. 1-12. I'm going to call that because I want to show respect to the Super League here and hope they put it that they can surprise us a little here. I woke up at 5 a.m. for this game, then I fell asleep and woke up about 5 or 6 minutes ago. And then your first thought was, let's hop on the TJC Sports stream. Yes, man. Yes, I respect that. That's a real, Legends, I appreciate you, but that's a real fan right there. That's a real viewer. All right? Bro isn't even up for 10 minutes. And you know what he's saying to himself? I need to hop on TJC's stream, leave a tip, leave a like, and have a few comments and chats with him. Imagine, Legends. Just imagine the nerve not to be as legendary as that. I will tip ref 13+ when Knights versus Eels, TJC. Legendary. I look forward to that, the neutralizer. In fact, I look forward to you telling me across all my vlogs in the comments. We're actually filming our first one tomorrow when I go to the Roosters and Para Legends. That's on Saturday. Yes, that is on Saturday. Boop, boop, boop. My brain's going. Boop, 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 pop it. Pop it, Legends. Pop it. We pop it. We pop it. My brain's going. Boop, boop, boop. But we won't be. So yeah, we won't be live tomorrow as I'll be at Para Roosters filming my first vlog. But I look forward to the Ref 13 Plus tip in the comments from you being like, TJC, you were wrong. It was clearly the ref that was going to win that game. What are you on about, man? Why were you so confident in the Parramatta Eels? It's not about the Parramatta Eels today, though. It's about Hull KR versus the Brisbane Broncos. Yeah, I almost forgot who Hull KR was playing. I was focusing on the great training there from Hull KR. Reece Martin, Spartan Martin, love him from the international games I've watched for PNG, bro. I mean, a forward that can kick. How often do you see that? It genuinely doesn't happen often, Legends. Like, it happens, but you just don't see it all the time. Genuinely, it's an actual shock when it ends up happening here between them, Legends. Fun fact, between the two, it's only 2 wins because of the Brisbane Broncos, Legends, who won 2 World Club Challenges in the 90s, 1992 and 1997, and they would like to make it 2026. I'm flying to the US tomorrow. I'll be watching the Dogs in Vegas. You're going to the Dogs in Vegas, Neutralizer. Oh, jealous. Legendary. Let's go, man. Dogs in Vegas. I wish I could be there to cheer them on to their loss. Kidding, man. The Dogs will probably win that one, and I'm probably going to tip them. But hope you have a fun time with it, man. A long plane trip, but should be worth it. I think your team's going to win. Eels 1-12 win against the Chooks. Eels by 4 is my prediction, TJC. Great to hear it, Neutralizer. We'll see how it fares when we enter halftime here at the stadium, all right? EB Williams jumps into the chat. Long time, mate. Good to see you here, EB. Says, I have Peter Hiku and Xavier Wilson, anytime try scorers in this one. Peter Hiku, for me, was a very underrated player in his day. Very underrated. Anyways, Legends, will it be Hull KR or will it be Brisbane Broncos? First half is officially underway here. Paddy Carrigan takes the first hit up of the day here, smashing into our boy Batchelor, which I love the last name of there. Moving over now to the right here. It's the second rowers doing the work in our first bit, as I'm just editing this to say first half and not first half, as it was saying initially there, Legends. And boom, back through the middle now. The Broncos are going to want to start fast. Adam Reynolds over to the right now. But as they say in the Tortoise and the Hare storyline, slow and steady wins the race here. To be fair, you can't be too slow or steady. I mean, if you go 13 plus behind, what's the point in going slow and steady, Legends here? Back through the middle now. The Super League Giants, Hull KR, running forward now. Surprised that they have a full-strength halves lineup for today. Down the middle here. Brisbane Broncos quick on the thing. Hakeem Haas with good defense there. Background middle here. They're just looking to speed it through the ruck. That's something that I've noticed about the English style compared to the NRL styles, how quickly they try to play it through the ruck to the middle rather than, that diverse wing play that we see so much in the NRL here, or at least the games I've watched. Maybe the World Club Challenge and the big games versus the NRL teams aren't the right representation of it here. And oh my God, we're only 2 minutes in and we have a fight! We have a little push and shove there. And that's what the Poms bring to sport in any time you see it. Boom, boom, boom. We are not friends, we are enemies. For those 80 minutes, you are my most hated people on the field. A fight already, and I'm guaranteeing you nothing even really happened for it to occur. Thank you, bro. I'll definitely enjoy it. All good, man. Can't lie, the Broncos jersey looks clean as. Mate, it doesn't get cleaner than the Brisbane Broncos jersey today, bro. It looks absolutely legendary here today. Don't forget, Legends, if you're enjoying the stream, you got to hit that like button and subscribe. It's proven to make your team win the games. Trust me, I don't make up the rules. The stats don't lie. It's an official thing. Ask anyone. It's true. My viewers know it. They'll just seem to rule what's going here. And, bro, you didn't even make a minute and a half in. Corey Jensen, 146 games. He doesn't score a try too often, but he's always a reliable player coming off the field here for the Brisbane Broncos in under 2 minutes there. And the English showing that they are not to be messed with here to open it up here. TJC, you just congrats me to Vegas because I swear I'm not. Is there another neutralizer in the comments? I think I was trying to congratulate Renakama, man, and then I was also reading your comment during it. But yeah, probably just miswording there, man. My apologies, neutralizer. It is 6 a.m., but here we go. Penalty for the Brisbane Broncos because it was a very unnecessary started fight there between the two. Honestly, fair play. I will give credit to Hull KR with the fact that, you know, Michael Maguire opting till under an hour before the game starting to name the lineup to everyone. A bit of mind games maybe that he's trying to pull on the coach of Hull FC there potentially. Who knows, man? Down the middle now. Jensen is off. Willison is on, folks. I was wondering who was coming on for him there. And down the middle, it comes Reece Walsh in a new hairdo. Background middle here. Now dummies. Corey Pakes here. They don't have their regular hooker, Billy Walters, or 5'8", I guess, really. He kind of varies, doesn't he, between them. Carrigan then. Down the right. And I got to say, that's some good defending there from the Hull FC forward pack. James Batchelor and Dean Hadley working well. Low kick through the right here. It's a huge moment. The Broncos could have our first points of the night. No! Katoni Staggs is stopped by none other than Tom Davies. And now we carry on here. Over to the 10-metre line now. They move with it here. And the Brisbane Broncos keeping Hull FC to their 10-metre line on the first tackle now. Can't even get past the 10 on the second. Quick defence from the Broncos. They're going very fast off their line here. I forgot Trent Barrett is part of the Broncos. Yeah, he's part of their assistant coaching staff, man. I forget that too. He found another team to coast off of with his poor coaching. Back through the middle. All good, neutralizer. All good, man. Good to have you here. Tom Amone taking the tackle. Tom Amone obviously got NRL experience. Good service there from Jez Litton. The Litton kitten, he lights a fuse here. Litton the fusing, and it ends up in the hands here of Josiah Karapani now. Karapani now down the line here, just watching on the sideline here. That crowd is absolutely brilliant, considering this isn't even their number one sport. I absolutely love it every time we get to see this kind of stuff. Between them, Hull KR and Brisbane Broncos. And Staggs. Katoni Staggs completely knocks the ball off of actually really decent surface there from Adam Reynolds. And now the Brisbane Broncos give Hull KR the best opportunity we've seen for a team to score in this game so far here. Not even 5 minutes in, and the plot twists are ridiculous. Austin Morse, has anyone got the stream? Unfortunately not, Legend. It is on Kayo and Foxtel. I can't show it, unfortunately, but I'm sure that, you know, when it's these kind of games, there's probably somewhere online that's doing something with it, man. I can't, like, necessarily say them for reasons, but, you know, check sites, check, you know, maybe TikTok or something, things where they can hide it if you really want to see it, man, and you can't play for Kayo or Foxtel because I understand it's expensive, but I can't necessarily say I'm suggesting that to you. I hope you find a way to watch it, though, Legend. How small are these goal lines? As small as it gets, man. Small minds think alike. Litton serves it over to the left now. It's a beautiful pass from May, who kicks low here with the chasers, and he had to hit it out of play there. The Brisbane Broncos, number 5, Dean Mariner, the Submariner. If he doesn't hit that out, it's nothing but danger as they concede a try. I think points are on the board there for Hull KR had he not been there in that position. And sometimes you don't have to do much. You just have to stick to your goals, you know, your basics. Mackie Lewis hyping up the Hull KR crowd there, and that's a kind of player I love to see. Clearing it now, and it goes over 10 metres really quickly, actually. That would have been a really good kick from Brizzy. They are like 5 metres smaller than NRL. Ridiculous. I know, man. I know. It's every time they go to England. Well, you got to remember, these aren't specifically rugby league made fields. They just aren't. Round to the right here. Just loops it. And it's a beautiful pass there from Tyrone May. Just landing on the ground there is our favourite James Batchelor. Litton looking for the short pass. Can he find Elliot Minchella there? No, he cannot. Elliot Minchella now will be serving here. Minchella, we go to the left. May Lewis stepping around here. Some will argue if he has a really good game that he shouldn't even be playing today after the trip. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Beautiful kick. And that's what we're talking about. Tom Amone flies on over for Hull KR. And the unlikely becomes just about probable. 4-0 to Hull KR and the home side against all the odds. 4-0. And this is exactly why we call this the best of the best. The two World Club champions going up against each other. The Brisbane Broncos looked almost unbeatable in the final series in 2025. Just easily done by, I think it was May? Yeah, Tyrone May with the kick through the line there, and Tom Amone jumps on over here. I only know Tom Amone because he signed for the Dogs, but he never ended up playing with them. Yeah, no, that's how I know him too, legend. Tom Amone, man. Former Doggy, was over there. I didn't know he didn't get a game for them, but I knew he was over there and training with them, so absolutely massive. And Hull KR put 82% of our viewers to absolute shame there. I'm sure you bombs are cheering with joy right now. 17 games, 53 average run meters, and a try today here. He averages about 12 tackles a game. And from in front here, to make it a converted try in front. Don't underestimate the 2 points here on the channel, legends. The 2 points are massive. Arthur Morg here, 27 games in 2025. He got 10 tries, and he's going to get 2 points on the board. His first two in this World Club Challenge for 2026 here. 6-0, thanks to a masterclass of a kick there. It was very close to a knock on. He nearly messed it up, but he just about got his boot on it. And we have ourselves our first try of the day. And probably not our last. I hope not our last. Arthur Morgan. Yeah, Arthur Morgan, man. I don't know. Arthur Morgan. He's Arthur Morgan, bruh. Arthur Morgan is Arthur Morgan. Just don't worry, okay? Don't. Make sure he doesn't get TB. We don't want him getting TB, okay? That was a mad loss. Down the middle here, he might have to suffer his Hull KR redemption too. And Tom Amone now down the middle. I'm pretty sure he's changed his haircut too. If it wasn't for the name, I wouldn't recognize him as much from a distance here, to be honest. He looks a bit like, from a distance, top head, he looks like the hairstyles of like a Brad Takarangi or Marty Tapau in the past. Legends, look up those players if you don't know them. Gets ourselves over to the 30 now. Lewis lifting them up here. And now to the right. Just forcing with it. Beautiful, by the way, loyal viewership here. Appreciate you legends watching right now. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Now, high kick over to the left side now. And on the 10-meter line, oh, he has a bit of a juggle. And he gets it on around 12 meters now here for the Brisbane Broncos there. They then move over to the left. Reece Walsh finds the pass now. And Reece Walsh moves forward with it here. Hosting this amazingly tradition and passion-filled matchup is Hull MKM Stadium in the 3-degree cold today. Home of Hull FC and former Premier League team, now Championship team, Hull City in the football. Birthing many strong talents. Absolutely incredible stuff. Great to see another amazing English, historically English stadium, Historically English. That's probably not the way I should have worded it, but yeah. Historical and happens to be English stadium. Did they start yet? Yes, they did, Reece Walsh. And it is 6-0 to Hull KR at the moment for you. Broncos are planning a second half comeback. Yeah, man, they're doing the second half comeback. It's 2025 all over again, legends. 2025 just redone. Uno reverse card right on us all. Hey, Slippyhead. Hey, CO. Welcome to the stream, man. Good to have you here. Round to the left now. 10 minutes gone by here. They're 30 meters out from the try line. And it's a high kick from Mikey Lewis. And we've got plenty of chases on it. Reece Walsh knocks the ball on. It's going to be a full set. Okay, that is a complete lolly drop there. A dog's breakfast, if you will, from Walsh. Of all the players in the world, he is not the one you don't want to back there. Somehow, against all the odds, Reece Walsh with the area, and he makes the number one knock on for himself today. Yeah, bro, just wondering what this is playing. Okay, it looks so much like. Did you know Herbie Farnworth was signed to Man United before he came here? Really? Really, E.B. Williams? I did not know that. Is that a legit fact, Legend? Is that a legit fact? Because you could be completely pulling my leg right now, and I would not know. That's actually legendary to know. Herbie, you could have been someone I could cheer for. Are you kidding me, Herbie? Herbie, you've let me down. Disappointed career, man. Only like one of the best centers in our game. Absolutely devastating there. He could have been a bit part player at Manchester United. Now to the left here, it's 6 again, ruck infringement. The pressure keeps piling on Brisbane Broncos now here. That big D has never looked more unstable. Quick tackle there from Gozowski. We go to the right. Litton finds May. May opted for a pass here. Offloads now. It's Arthur Morgan, as we're going to call him from here on in. Getting it off now and smashing through there. Mikey Lewis takes the tackle here. Short around now. Could it be a try for the other prop here? No, it will not be. They're so close to. Now to the right for the captain. Did he get it? Is that on the grass? I think it is. I think Hull KR lead by 10. I think Hull KR lead by 10. Yes, they do. Unless the bunker has anything to say about it. Hull KR are putting up a shocker here in the best sort of ways at the lights of dreams here. And it's none other than the lock there for them today. It is Elliot Minchella. Not too familiar with him compared to the other captain for the World Club Challenge, but absolutely brilliant. And that kid in the crowd there represents it perfectly for them. Over 134 games for the Hull KR side here today. Plenty of experience. A total of 275 games across his footy career here. He smashes on over with beautiful service from Litton. And you can't even question that is just a great try. And it comes at the cost of a Reece Walsh error. The Broncos are just planning the second half. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. I'm actually really surprised to hear that, man. He was scouted at 10 but then he fell out of love with the game and chose league. That's amazing, Legend. I did not know that, genuinely. E.B. Williams, that might be one of the coolest facts I have heard about a rugby league player in years. All right? I want to tell you right now, that might be one of the best comments, all right? I love comments where I'm genuinely shocked, okay? And that is one of them. Mwah. Absolute. Mate, and he could have played for my team. That makes it even crazier, man. But you know what? If he wasn't loving it, fair enough. I think one of the most important things is the fact that you should be passionate about what you're doing in some way. Even if it's just hey, I don't hate this kind of way. You gotta love it in some way. And if you fall out of love with it and there's zero care for it, then there's no point to it, right? So he's finding more love with this, and I'm happy for him for that there. Herbie Farnworth, one of the best NRL centers, could have played for Manchester United. Who knows? Now down the middle here. And don't forget, Legends, despite the scoreline, as Terran says here, Broncos are comeback kings. Do not say that this is game over at 12-0, okay? Hull KR still have to continue playing for another 25 minutes in the first half alone here today, Legends. I want to know how we are losing to a Super League team, but not Storm or Panthers. You think it's the weather, the 3 degrees. It's impacting them. They can't handle it to the same degree. That's why we need Canberra Raiders in this, because Raiders won't care about the weather. They'll deal with it fine. Clearance from Hull over to the left now. It actually scoops around middle, and Reece Walsh won't be knocking that one on there. And he rushes down here. So far, not the best hair day from Reece Walsh. Going to want to improve soon. Reynolds now, down to the right here. Not one error yet. 10 out of 10 completions here for Hull KR at the moment. Only 4 out of 6 for the Brisbane Broncos as it stands in this one here. Heard Haas is limping. Yeah, Payne Haas is limping a little, legend, and Jess was off within 1.5 minutes. He was replaced by Willison, I'm pretty sure. Carrigan at Mam. Over to the left now. Walsh with speed. Finds the pass here. And down the middle here. Just trying to break through on that left side there. It's Karapani who couldn't find that Triani. Short kick there from Mam. It looks so unorganized. And it ends up in the hands of the Hull KR side here. Now down the middle, a player that I thought was really underrated in the NRL that I haven't seen much of yet is Peter Hiku, though I might be going crazy here. Oh my God, speak of the devil. It's like he heard me. Oh, Peter, you heard me. Peter Hiku takes a big tackle there from Willison to the ground. Now through the middle here. Legend. We're just loving it right now in the chat. Rinakama says, terrible kick. It wasn't the best kick, was it, Rinakama? Down to the left. What is? Looks for the pass. And he's at Mickey Lewis. He kicks really low. He thinks it's football. He thinks it's football, not rugby league. And Reece Walsh gets it now. It's not football, brother. You're not Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, why don't we go a bit more obscure? You know, who was like a good, like, let's just say free kick taker. I remember Ward Prowse was good at his time. That's a little bit more obscure for like non-fans of the game. Try to think of somebody. Oh, you could go with a few of the mid-table teams. Angus says, I can't believe I have to go to school today and not be able to watch this. No! Angus has been done so dirty! No! Don't worry, legend. We will be thinking about you the entire game. Don't you worry. You will not be forgotten, Angus. We will have a moment for you at halftime, all right? You can watch back at all that good stuff after. Low kick here. Broncos, so much pressure on LKR. They're almost going to break through, and it just goes out of play. Joe Burgess takes it out. Man, I love the Burgess last name. Adam Reynolds, though, another player that's considering retirement there. Isn't that going to be interesting for the Broncos in 2027? Adam Reynolds and Ben Hunter, if they retire, they've already lost Kobe Hetherington this year. Payne Haas or Hakeem Haas is off to the Rabbitohs. Honestly, they've got a long one ahead, don't they? Really, if you think about it, legends, all seriousness. Good far kick there over to the halfway line. Oh, the Broncos are lucky that their catch goes backwards there. It was almost an error. Almost another silly-dilly error there here. Moment of silence for Angus Legends. All right, well, 10 seconds. All right, let's do it. All right. Good luck, Angus. Okay. Brisbane Broncos, 15 metres out now. Changing my tip for the ref, TJC. Isn't LKR going to Vegas? They might be, legend. They might be. I forget, honestly, which Super League team's going to Vegas. It might be them, genuinely. Ma'am, with the long pass here. Could we see the first try for the Broncos? No, he goes middle. He doesn't back himself. No way, he does back himself down the left. And the Bachelor says that you're not getting a flower and stops him. And now on fifth tackle here, the Broncos, Pace just runs in there and gets defended. And now it's going to go back to Hull KR here. And a very good performance so far from Hull. Definitely the better team of the first 20 minutes. That's right, legends. We're officially halfway through the first half already. How insane is this game? We're already halfway through the first half. Don't forget, legends, whoever is going to win is up to you. You just got to hit that like button, subscribe, vote on the poll. It's how they're going to win, legends, all right? And you can say you're welcome to them when you win. Arthur Morgan, as we're calling him, gets through the middle here. Gozueski wraps him up well with help from Hakeem Haas there and Wilson. We're going to be, by the way, on the channel, legends, because he's wanted to change it. We're going to go between Payne and Hakeem when we're mentioning him. Ben Tuckwood says, hey, Ben Tuckwood, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here, man. I hope you're having a great day. Always appreciate names that don't sound familiar coming in to say hi. Good eye kick there, Reece Walsh. Will he knock this one on? No, he will not. He's looking for redemption after a very, very poor knock on earlier. And oh no! Oh my God, the commentator's curse is real! Katoni Staggs now knocks it on. Staggs and Walsh, they're not catching. They should not be given the ball. Oh my God! Reece Walsh and Staggs, he plays the ball, and Staggs messed up the play. It boomed into his boot. And Hull KR again with the pressure on them here. And not to mention TJC, we snatched Bronx young halfback who'd likely replace Adam Russell Ezra, man. Next Bronx 7. Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You snatched him after they signed Peasant, right? She's chasing Red Dead Redemption, you could say. Okay. I'm sorry. I know that nobody's going to know the context, okay, when they see that comment. But unfortunately, we're going to have to pin it. Oh, no, I'm not surprised by it, Legend. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. I'm just feeling bad for you because, like, I want all my viewers to be able to enjoy the game. So I hope you have a great time at school, man, and you'll be able to watch the highlights after and stuff. Or if you want to watch the whole game, feel free to watch the whole game. You can watch this whole stream if you want. Doesn't really matter to me, but I hope you enjoy. Over to the right here, Lecky Lewis. Imagine if they go 13 plus up here. Down to the right here, just stepping around there. Arthur Morgan is held on the ground here. They can't blame the weather here. They beat Raiders in the finals last year. Exactly, man. They're fully capable of big games. This is not an excuse. Kick through the right. Here we go to the left. And Joe Burgess gives them the Mick Joe special on the Burgess menu. Hull KR are absolutely ripping the Broncos to shreds here. 16-0 now. Joe Mick Burgess with the try now, and the red and whites and a bit of blue, I don't know if that's sponsorship only or not, have absolutely dominated the first half so far, taking all of their opportunities. I've barely seen an error, and this is a huge improvement from the English side compared to what I saw in the supposed best of the best for England in the Ashes series in the off-season. Are Arsenal about to bottle the league? Very possible, Legend. Very possible. I think they are going to bottle the league, man. It'd be colder there than in Canberra. Oh, it would be colder there. I think it's about 3 degrees, they said before the game, but doesn't matter to me, Legend. All right, this is why they beat Canberra. They knew what they were signing up for after the season. That's on them. This is an embarrassment, says Renakama. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to give credit where it's due to Hull KR here. They are the best of the Super League, okay? Let's not disrespect that here with them. But I do agree with you that this is a very disappointing performance so far from the Brisbane Broncos. Did I stay up all night for this piece of garbage? Mate, this is a joke right now. Here they go. Reece Martin. The starting Martin, the PNG star there, 25 games, 4 tries, crushes through. It is 18, say it with me, folks, 0 to Hull KR. And the Broncos don't know where it's going at the moment. Is it going there? Is it going there? Is it there? No, it's going there to Hull KR here, 18-0, and there's still 16 to go in the first half. What's up, mate? Remember me? Of course I remember you, Sam Chidiak. Welcome to the stream, man. No excuse, but just saying. I know, Jenny Kid. Don't worry, I know here. Good to have you here, mate. The Edero will win the World Club Challenge if they played in Australia. Fair enough, man. That's a good argument. That's a chance. But remember, St. Helens proved that wrong when they beat the Panthers at Penrith's home stadium here. Yeah, Panthers lost in Australia, so it's not guaranteed. Broncos getting ambushed, says E.B. Williams. Yeah, they are absolutely ambushed at the moment here. Hull KR on the halfway line now. Legends, this stream's doing great. Don't stop what you're doing with the shares, likes, and that. Down the middle here, Hull KR. 40 meters out now, 50 meters gain. They're just going to take the kick here. And will Walsh knock it on again? No, he just goes to the ground and decides, I'm not going to try anything too crazy. Takes the tackle. In fact, I know that they lost to Panthers because I vlogged that, legend. You can check that out on the channel. That's actually a really good vlog. I enjoy that one. One of my more successful vlogs. I'm not saying that Kayo is equal to the 2021 Bulldogs beating the Broncos. Saying that. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Good for the clarification. Angus, Rabbitohs easy win against Manly on Sunday, 13+. We'll see, man. I'm curious to see the score of that game. I won't be streaming that because actually our only streams are going to be the ones today, legends, actually, because we have stuff going on. I'm going to Para Roosters. I've also got really long kick there from the Broncos, but it ends up in the hands of the winger here for Kayo. Number 2, Tom Davies. I've got the charity match, which I'm doing a vlog for the event on the day of Rabbitohs Manly, and the day before I'm at Para Roosters. So, but today we'll be doing streams, legends. So you can enjoy that. Rabbitohs easy win against Manly. Major flex to have the Broncos playing conservative. Exactly, E.B. Williams. Major flex to be forcing the Broncos to play conservative. You have to be playing well. You can't be playing poorly as a team and have them conservative. Breaks through the line up and Morgan finds his second rower. It's 6 again. Lytton down the middle. And it's a full set. The tackle restarts on the 10-meter line here. They want to put it into the 20s here. Now to the left. Kayo. May finds the pass. It's short now. And Oliver Gildart will be wrapped up around 8 meters out. Short over to the right here. They're still on that left side. Jai Workbread, former Holden Cup Bronco, played for their 16 and 17 under-20 side there. Takes the tackle and finds the offload, actually, over to the captain, who will win a 6 again. He'll win a 6 again for them. This is an insane matchup. Now May finds Arthur Morgan. Arthur Morgan finds Peter Hiku. Peter Hiku gets tackled. I think Kayo would finish top 8 in the NRL. Honestly, if they're playing like this, man, every game, absolutely. But they'd have to play like this every game. Insane stuff from them, legends. And now May to the left here. Broncos have to hold on. Ooh, that's a knock-on from Kayo, I think. Reece Martin now at the tackle. The referee calls it there. And the Broncos, for the first time in this half, can hold their heads up high. They have held on in what was an intense set there. Kayo is playing with teamwork. Broncos, they're just... Credit where it's due, Sam. Brisbane holds on, says Renicam. I wouldn't say they're playing terrible, but I would say that they are playing terrible, but they're not a terrible team. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I think they're having a poor game, but I don't think they're a terrible side. I mean, they literally won the comp for a reason. Is it just me or England teams better than Australia teams at this point, like in the Premier League? I don't think they're better than Australian teams because otherwise the Ashes would have been dominated by England. But what I do think is that I do think that the Super League teams lift up for the one game a year where they play the Aussie teams, and I think that shows to a degree. I think the Australians should go in a bit more wary of how likely it is they're going to lose, like how likely possible it is. By the way, the fact that this team, not that I put anything on it or would have, the fact that this team was put at like $5 to beat Broncos per $1 is insane, by the way. That's how little they were rated heading into this. Now to the right here, Paddy Carrigan. And Jordan Ricky now. Ricky wants to get them a try. Reece Walsh with a beautiful pass. That is actually exceptional there from Reece. And on the ground there, the Submariner goes. And now through the middle here, Brisbane Broncos, 81 metres gain. Walsh kicks it. That is incredible service. And it's going to be a try for the Broncos. Shipper, Saki. And I don't think any team in the comp across Super League or NRL was going to be stopping that one there. The Broncos get their first point of the day here. And they're looking to become 2025 finals Brizzy Broncos. The NRL season has already started before the Australian NRL starts. It's already, they're already in the fitness of it, legend. Exactly right. They're already fully into it. It's not prep like with Australia. I think there's a few factors as to why English teams tend to have an easier time in these fixtures. Also, by the way, it could have easily been a penalty for a tackle in the air, might I add as well, with the defense just then. It's the time of the year they play, I reckon. Exactly, Jeddikin. They'll probably play better later on. Burton might be playing for the Bulldogs. Yeah, he might be going to Vegas, right, Legend? Yeah, versing the Dragons. The Dragons are going to get destroyed. I'm sorry, but Bulldogs 13 plus in that one, I'm convinced. And finally, Brisbane Broncos find themselves with some points. Broncos have had like no games, and Hull, I'm pretty sure, have played at least 2 games by now. Exactly, Jeddikin. The momentum's there. You know, they're already fully in the rhythm of it all. It's nothing new to them, right? They're not easing themselves in. They're in a proper season that they're fighting for. And you can tell it. Shibasaki, there was a reason he played Origin last year. Very solid center. Had one of his best years last year, actually. I remember when Michael Maguire was brought in, there was questions around that. There were all these talks around, is it going to be Cobbo? Is it going to be Jesse Arthurs? Is it going to be, I think there was talks at one point, like, of will Oates be long-term, even though he retired, you know? But, this guy barely talked about Shibasaki was going to start, and people are like, what? Shibasaki? Who's that? And what does he do? He blows their minds. He blows their minds with an incredible 2025, and where he represented in Origin. And now he's one of the most solid centers we know, at least when it comes to consistency. I think one thing you'll always know about Shibasaki is that he's not the kind of player that's not going to play the same way most games. Some games he's going to get more tries because of it, and some he's going to get less. You know, sometimes he's going to get conceded more, but you know what you're going to get from him, and sometimes that's what you need in a decent side here. They missed the kick, Legends, so it's only 18-4 here. Stepping forward now, the Brisbane Broncos. Dean Mariner on a big hit there. 9 minutes to go in this first half, Legends here. Serraldo said Berto was training well. That's good to hear, Renakama. I want full-strength sides when we do the round 1 streams. Probably going to only fit in the Vegas ones for round 1, but we'll do our best to fit more in, Legends. The Vegas ones are the only ones we can guarantee just purely on the basis of the fact that I'll be in Melbourne. And it's tough to get the tech to stream in Melbourne because, I don't have my own place, you know, to hide the noise of it, because I'm a really hyperactive creator, right? So, like, I'm very loud. Penalty there for the Brizzy Broncos, and they are just absolutely countering here. This could be the moment for them. 2025 Broncos, baby. I think the World Club Challenge means a lot more to Super League because they are regarded as the little bro to the NRL. Exactly, E.B. Williams. I couldn't have said it better myself. It just means more to the Super League players. And that's a bit harsh to say. I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything to the NRL, but let's just be honest with ourselves here. And it's not just coping it. You can look at how the players talk about it in comparison, right? If you want to talk what it is. Back to the right now. Moving forward, Broncos fans get excited now. Here we go. Short pass there. Almost crashing through, but he can't quite there. Corey Pakes. Kurt Mann now on the 4th tackle here. Mam goes alone. Wham, bam. Mam just got wham, bam, mammed there. I was going to say wham, bam, you got mammed, but no, kept out. That might be a penalty, though, for a strip. I think there may have been a strip in that tackle at some point, Legends. Chris Leaves comes into the chat here and says, come back, Kings. Come back, Kings. Bronx will obviously come back and win. Obviously, Legend. Obviously they will. No doubt they will. Sean Woods, mate, it's not a prediction from you. It's an obvious thing that they're going to do that. Obviously, the comeback Kings are going to win it. Cup of tea with that? You want a cup of tea with that, ma'am? Ma'am, you want a cup of tea with that? Yeah, I think he loses the ball on his way down, actually. I thought maybe a strip in the live play, but no. I think he just flat out loses this one, Legends. The Bunkers making their rule right now on the video referee play, the Club Challenge video referee play at the moment. Keep you updated on what they rule for this one here today, Legends. Ooh. They're taking a while with it. I think they're looking at Bachelor and our boy Arthur Morgan for something. By the way, we know his name's not Arthur Morgan, Legends. That's just what we're calling him in the chat because it just sounds like it. So I'm watching the game TGC, but I have 21 minutes till my transport gets here. Oh, Good enough, legend. Good enough. Watch what you can, man. Good enough. Watch what you can. 21 minutes is good enough, man. Good enough. Decision pending here, and it is no try. Of course it's no try. And here they go. Kayo have held on. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Wait. We might have a player injured here for Hull KR. It is a penalty for the Broncos, though. I think that they interfered in that play in some way. But penalty, full set from in front here. Hull KR have to continue holding on. I think Morgan's in trouble, legends. I think Morg's in troubles. Taiwa down the middle here, held above the white line. Corey Pakes down to the right. Adam Reynolds looks for the pass. That was forward. And a knock-on. A knock-on and forward, surely. Yep, the touchy rules it. Knock-on, forward, doesn't matter. Either way, it is going back to Hull KR, legends. Hull KR, get it back. Andrew Voss, no try. What's going on? Oh, yeah, Andrew Voss is confused, legend. Legends, let's give this fella a like. Appreciate it, Chris, man. I would very, very much appreciate anybody hitting that like button and subscribing if you're new to the channel. Really means the world here. We're looking to get to at least 6K this year. We average around 1,000 a year. God, one year we got 2,000 in a year. Wouldn't that be legendary to get? But of course, at the end of the day, we only do this for the love of the game. So you don't have to do anything. You could just tune in and not sub. Doesn't matter to me, but I appreciate it, guys. Vinicella takes the tackle now, and Lawton here comes onto the field. This game is so sloppy, says Rinakama. Hey, mate, doesn't matter how sloppy it is if you're the team that comes out on top in it, right? 69 votes so far on the poll, and the 78% that have tipped the Broncos are nervously, tapping their chins, biting their nails, going, oh no, especially now that Hull KR have just won a penalty. That's right, Hull KR have just won a penalty here. And now over to the 40-meter line. They are on the Broncos' defensive side here. For those wondering if you can't actually watch it, how they're attacking, the Hull KR side are coming from the left of your screen. Envision it with me here. From the left of your screen and moving to the right. Broncos are going from the right and attacking to the left, but they're defending at the moment, so they're on the right of your screen in that line. Okay, general formation, that's how it is, legends. Lawton there, an experienced rugby league player. Through the left now, and I see the Sins resemblance now that you mention it. Lytton with a beautiful pass there. We get May now. May moving forward here. They can't find the pass here. Held on the ground. Peter Hiku now to play the ball. We got 2 tackles left in this set now. To the left. May. Yes. Brother of Tyrone and Taylor. Not Tyrone. Talon and Terrell. Actually, he's Tyrone May. Now through left, low kick here. Lots of mess there. And did Reece Walsh keep possession? There was no knock on in that. Yep, no knock on, the ref says. 5 minutes to go, legends. Broncos have held on here. And look, the chances that the Broncos aren't behind at halftime is very low. But the chances that they could improve the scoreline, well, they're much higher. Round to the right here. Remember, it's a game of 2 halves for a reason. If it wasn't a game of 2 halves, the Brisbane Broncos are out in like the first week of finals, I'm pretty sure. Actually, maybe second week, but they're out pretty early is my point, the Brisbane Broncos, if the first half is all that mattered. And the Brisbane Broncos we got ourselves I think, something. We got something. Reece Walsh, what was that? What was that, Reece boy? Look at Reece Walsh's hair. I heard rumours that he got a buzz cut. Probably looked the same. Yeah, nah. Reece Walsh did get the buzz, man. They just didn't update the picture. The picture was clearly taken before he took the buzz, so he's got that wavy hair still, At the moment, it's looking to be a bad hair day for Reece Walsh, actually. He's going to hope that bad hair day turns into a blessing in disguise soon enough. And that was I understand Walsh was trying something, but that was a really poorly timed kick there from the Broncos. I don't think that was a good effort there from Walshy boy, especially when we know what he's capable of. And Hull KR now on the second here. They'll be looking to get one more before halftime. I completely forgot he got a buzz. Yeah, man, completely chopped it for the buzz. And you know what? His game may be chopped today at the moment, but his but his hair itself, it looks okay. It's just not the iconic Reece Walsh that we're used to, right? Hey, maybe that's going to be a way that we can tell what premiership the Broncos have won if they go on a run, right? What haircut does Walsh have at the time? Like, hey, no, he had a mohawk that year. That's 2029 or something. All right, and Hull KR, fifth tackle here. Final one, 15 metres out from the try line to play the ball. Hull KR to the left, it's Litton. Moving around Litton, looks for the offload. There's literally nobody there. What was he supposed to do? I also forgot that Fafita is at the Buddies. Yeah, David Fafita playing on the Sunday. We would be streaming that if I didn't have other obligations, legends. But I hope you guys enjoy that game. We do stream most games here on the channel, legends. So if you love this type of thing, then this is the channel for you. Okay, get Karapati down on the ground here on the 10-meter line now. Brisbane Broncos, 2.5 minutes to go now. Have only 2.5 minutes passed. Jeez Louise. At the moment, Hull KR are just making this a big piece of pressure here on the Bronx. Reece Walsh! Walsh breaks through the line completely. Is he going to go alone? Pass 1, pass 2, 20, 10, kicks, and it's way too deep there. He just needed a little nick on it. And that is one of those moments that just shows you the kind of player Reece Walsh is. He doesn't need much to do something. And on another day, he's just created one of the tries of the month. But for now, we're not living in that reality. And it just goes out of play completely there. Hull KR will be maintaining it. Here they go with the ball. Reece Walsh, though, brilliant break through the line there from here. Nathaniel says, Hull KR. Yeah, mate, Nathaniel, it's true. Hull KR are on top of them right now. Not the kick to take. Exactly. Probably should have gone with a grubber kick or something. But respect where it's due. That was a really good run through the line. Not every player can do that, legends. Only a Reece Walsh can do that. The last player I remember doing stuff like that was like an RTS or Pappy. And tackle of the week from Brisbane Broncos on their left wing. Absolutely exceptional from Josiah Karapati. Bravo, son. And it felt like he was losing it before he even got the tackle on him. Peter Hiku caught in a rut there. His most recent NRL stint with the North Queensland Cowboys. Fun fact, before he joined Hull KR, he did have a stint in Super League behind that. 2017, Warrington Wolves. Kind of like player I love on the channel, Matto's loan move there, only he had it for the year. I know they wanted to take the score off that, but you still had a full set and should have taken the tackle. Exactly, man. I think Walsh just got a little too excited in the play, and that happens. I think we forget sometimes how young Reece Walsh is in our game, as talented as he is, but that's the kind of part of his game he needs to learn. Every player, no matter how good they are, can have things they need to learn. Borderline forward there to Stags. Pake's around now. And Pake's held right in front of the try line now. Stags here. It's one more tackle before halftime, legends. Broncos have one attack to go. Just bat it out. There you have it. They just hit it out. Tom Davies and Hull KR will be leading at halftime here at none other than MKM Stadium in our 31st matchup between these two sides. The first official one being played in none other than, where is it? I've got the year here. The first official one was played in 1989, legends, with two previous ones in 76 and 87 that were deemed unofficial but were played. Incredible history. Hey, Terena, sorry. I know we're talking about how it's halftime, legends, all right? And yes, it is time for the TJC Sports Halftime Show with your host, TJC Sports. You guys are probably going, guys, for you new people, what's the TJC Sports Halftime Show? Huh? Aren't you going to leave us like all the other creators do when they stream? Absolutely not, legends. When we're live, you can't get rid of me. I am with you from kickoff, before kickoff actually a little bit, to the end of the game, legends. All right? That's how we do it here on the channel. There is no ifs or buts about it. You're stuck with me. This is the point in the stream where it's a little more chill than the rest of the stream. Okay, the rest of the stream we're reacting, as plays are going on and having that raw emotion reaction and all that. What we get at halftime is where we get to talk about the game, talk about some of the stats, maybe talk about where they went wrong. And of course, I get to have a proper chat with you, with your comments there, legends, and we get to chill together essentially in the build up to the next half here. For example, here, I'll get to your Twitter because yours is my favorite comment that I see so far, but I've got to do the others too. I know they wanted to, we done that. Coda NRL says, Joda Peasant had a bad performance against the Sharks on Sunday. Coda NRL said Joda Peasant had a bad performance. Yeah, don't pay attention to that, legend. Code Sport, what are they doing? They're looking for clicks, okay? One thing that legends, and trust me, as a content creator, I can be guilty of it sometimes too. I try not to be, but it's how it is. One of the biggest things about online creation, no matter what medium it is in, is they will be looking for clicks, especially if they're paid to get clicks from you, okay? I don't think that they actually cared how Peasant played in that game. They just looked at the fact that he didn't score or something, legend. I think that they saw an opportunity where it wasn't obvious stats unless you were watching the game and wanted people to click. And, even people that watched the game where they could go, you idiot, what are you talking about? That's what they wanted, legend, all right? Don't worry about what Code Sport says. We know Jordan Peasant had a good game. In fact, he had an exceptional game, and I'm really excited to watch him tomorrow. Angus says in the chat, time for the TJC Sports Halftime Show. Heck yeah, it is, Gus. Good to have you here still, by the way. Hope your transport goes well over to school. My top 3 stadium is based on atmosphere. 1, Suncorp. 2, Allianz. 3, CommBank. Honestly, mad respect to that, Rinakama. I personally have CommBank above Allianz, but that is purely a bias on the fact that CommBank is my home. It's my passion. I go there over 12 to 15 times a year, probably more, near 20 if we're looking at it honestly with away games and things that also are played there. It's a very special ground to me. So for me, it'd probably go CommBank and Suncorp are interchangeable and then Allianz. But that's bias, and I respect that that's bias completely, legend. All right? And I think that, honestly, if you're looking at it from a neutral perspective, that's probably the best top 3 that you could have, honestly. I mean, top 3 is pretty good for a team like Parry in anything, right? Good morning, legend. Very quick hello while I wait for my caregiver. Appreciate it, Mel. Thank you for taking the time, legend. Are you streaming tonight? Yes, I am streaming tonight, Mel. I'm so sorry I forgot to put up the streams before this game, but I will put them up after this stream's over. Appreciate you very much for taking your time to join once again our favorite New Zealand supporter. Show some love to Mel, legends. It's going to be a great time. We're only streaming tonight, though. I'm going to give, while you're here, Mel, I will say that we're only streaming tonight because tomorrow I'm going to Para Roosters, and the day after I've got a charity thing that I'm going to do a vlog on also. So you're actually getting 2 vlogs in the next 2 to 3 days as well. So kind of like you get more videos but less streams for a week. So if you prefer the streams, it's a little bit of a loss, but don't worry. It'll be all rounded up and much more even when the actual season starts. It'll be much more simple of when it's a para game, he's not there. When it isn't a para game, he'll be doing it. All right. Appreciate ya. Come on, Broncos. Come back, win, please. It says King John. I'm disgusted with this performance so far. Got to give credit once due to KR. They've played brilliantly when it comes to their attack, but I do agree with you there. It hasn't been a good enough performance there from them. How the heck we down by 14 at halftime? Because you're playing a world champion, legend. That's how. Man, I hope the Finns play well tonight. I hope so too, Jenny. Give me a good game to watch. This game has been epic, even though it's technically looking like a potential 13 plus to... It is technically a 13 plus at the moment to Hull KR victory, but even so, it's still been a great game to watch, and I hope that the Finns game proves to be just as good. For those of you at home going, legends, what games are we doing for this week of preseason challenge? We're doing the 2 today. So we're doing Warriors, Dolphins, and Tigers, Panthers. Stay tuned for those. I can't wait to do them. It's going to be so much fun. I'll see you all for that as well. But we still got a second half of this and the rest of this halftime to go as well, legends. See, this is why I love halftime. We get to have these discussions like this. I've only been to Suncorp once, and it was Magic Round last year. Best experience of my life. It was that Magic Round for me too last year, Redakaba. Great experience. Last year's Magic Round was amazing. I'm unlikely to be able to make next year's Magic Round just purely on studies and other things I have to do, legends. TJC has to feed himself, but that's all good, you know. That's all good. I'm glad that I experienced it once last year, and it was a really fun time. Liam Pritchard in the chat says, Tyler, DCE is playing for the Roosters tomorrow. Yes, he is, man. Yes, he is. I can't wait. I'm technically going to be one of the first people that's going to see DCE. No, not technically. I am. I'm going to be one of the first people that sees DCE run on out in a Roosters jersey. Isn't that scary? It looks so wrong, man. You know, I know they're two birds of a feather, but and they're both rich, predominantly white fan, but still, all good, legend. I'll pop in tonight. Appreciate it, Mel. We'll see you tonight. I'm assuming it'll probably be for the Warriors one, but it's fine if you want to show up for Tigers Panthers. See you tonight. Could we see another epic Broncos comeback like we did at the end of last year? Absolutely, we could, bro. 2025 Broncos, here we come. They're going to do it in 2026 pow. Absolutely, man. For the Broncos fans, that's what you got to be hoping for. If there's any team in the NRL, and I know we used to say it about the Panthers, but it is especially clear with the Broncos. If there's any team in the NRL that's going to come back at halftime from this kind of scoreline, which isn't exactly a completed obliteration, it is the Brisbane Broncos. Thoughts on Bears signing Talakai? Is that official, legend? I didn't realize that was official. Do you think the Bears are building a solid little roster so far? I think that they're building a really good roster so far, man. No bias intended here. And for you legends going, you're a Para fan, why would you have bias? I do try not to, but I do have a form of bias because my family started as North Sydney Bears supporters in their youth. Well, it was a mix of Para and Bears fans. Para was a very close thing to our hearts, so we liked Para a lot, but they were Bears fans, right? Okay, in fact, my mum for half her life, well, not half, a quarter of her life now, she's old, supported the Bears, and that kind of has always made me appreciate the Bears. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a blog on the channel where I support the North Sydney Bears. I know that the Perth Bears are different, but I'll always have a soft spot for the Bears because they're the Bears in a way, you know? So for me personally, I know that's not what you asked, but yeah, I do think even if there is a little bias to it, that they are building a solid team. I mean, Nick Meaney, Toby Sexton, I think they've gotten Wishart right. The only thing I worry about with their signing so far is, do they have a hooker yet? I'm not so sure if they do, but if they do, you can correct me on that. TJC, do you think your Eels can end the round one streak? Yes, I do, legend, believe it or not. I do think it's a chance. Do I think that the NRL is going to want it? Maybe not, because of how much, I don't want to get shut down, but how much not say contractual or government standard things are going on at the moment, clearly within the NRL. The clear biases. They're in a lot of trouble, the NRL, is all I'll say. And I'm curious whether things might change up by the time round one hits, at least a little bit. Probably not. I think it's going to take a bit longer, but I'm curious to see if we can at least get a little bit of change with it. I'm confident we can win round one. I don't think that we should be the favourites. Absolutely underdogs. Firm underdogs is the right thing, but I'm very confident Para can do it, yes. Got a near full-strength side, so high hopes. Exactly, Jetty Kid. You got to have high hopes for a living. Shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. I was going to be that one in a million. Danae, welcome to the stream. Says up the Waz. Hey, I expect to see you when the Warriors play. Up the Waz, baby. Pretty sure Wishart signed on as dummy half. There is still 5'8" they need to sign. Okay, so he signed as the hooker. Got you. So the 5'8" is still where they're looking. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I feel like Wishart should be the 5'8", but hooker, fine. You know, I think he can do that too as well. Overall, you know, I look at their team and I go, does this team look better than what the Dolphins look like entering the comp? Yes, I think it does. I think it does look better. And I think that they've done better at managing to get some of the players that I think when the Dolphins tried to get players, they failed to get. I think overall, of the teams coming in, right, in signings here between We got Perth. We've had the Dolphins. We're gonna have PNG as well. I think Perth Bears, and this is a take where it's got no foundation to it. I don't know behind the scenes stuff. I think the Perth Bears will be the most successful of the ventures between the three. Yeah, that's my honest opinion on it, legends. Jet Cleary is off contract next year. Bears should pay him out in the Tiger 5A. Hey, I don't mind that, legend. We're going to have a Cleary versus Cleary. I haven't watched him enough, but I've heard that he's looking really good. So maybe the Bears do something like that and say, hey, bro, you want to do what Ivan did? Remember, legends, not a lot of people talk about it, but Ivan was a Bear. Ivan absolutely was a Bear. In fact, there was that whole debacle in the night. I think it was the 90s. It would have been about, him being a fullback but being made to play center. I think it was, Ivan Cleary. The family name and the connection is there, so I wouldn't rule it out. Absolutely not. Can I just point out, legends? Okay, I do want to say something, and this is something where it's actually a really positive thing to you guys in the chat. So when you do a live stream, okay, and I'm gonna say this with I'm gonna be a little bit humble here. One half, and we've gotten nearly 2,000 views. Now, that does not happen every day here on the channel. Technically, it's 1.7K right now, but we have had one half, and it was nearly 2,000 views. Pat yourselves on the back. This has been an incredible live stream reaction so far. And shout out to the 103 of you who have voted on the poll as well. Brisbane Broncos with that 75%, just tipping the odds against them there. We are starting to warm up to this weather finally. Finally, you're starting to click with it, legend, right? Finally starting to get those legs moving and pumping. You guys can't see it, but I'm moving my legs, I swear. Junior Bowler too would be a good experience. I don't know if he's willing to leave Para. He's between you and me, legend, I don't think he'll ever leave Para just purely on the family basis. I know I said something like that with Dylan, but Dylan was paid way over what he was worth, and he knew that. And I say that as Dylan being one of my favorite people ever. I think unless Junior gets offered $1 million, over a $1.5 million per year, I doubt he's going to be, and I don't think any club will offer that. I highly doubt he'll leave the Parramatta Eels. I think Para would literally have to say, we don't want you at all. And that's not going to happen, especially not with, I know that Ryle says he doesn't play favorites, but it's pretty well documented Junior Bellow's like his favorite. So, Junior's probably never going to leave Para based on all of the puzzle pieces together. But I agree with you. He would be a good experience signing for them if he was told by Para that we don't want you anymore, we want to move on. We want Ryder Talagi to fully play your spot. Okay, for example, I don't know, legends. Ryder will be in the comp eventually. Don't you mind that? But that's just an example of a realistic. Like, if they wanted to go away, I don't think they will go. I think they'll find a way to fit them both in, but it's every way possible, I think that's just a really hypothetical situation there, though, here between these two sides and this one now, legends. Man, every time I look at the lineups, it's so weird to me to look at Hakeem Payne-Haas and see with my eyes, legends, that he's going to be South Sydney bound soon next year. What? He's going to be wearing the red and green? No. No disrespect to South, but crazy stuff to look at. That's like telling me that Walsh is gonna wear the West Tigers jersey. It just wouldn't happen. What? We are starting to warm up. Bulldogs will be premiership favourites next year, says Rinakama. That is a very hot take I disagree with. But, hey, legend, if they do come out swinging and do get to be premiership favourites, all the power to you, legend. Power to you. Since Manly is a ship going down, the Bears should try and get Jakey as their experienced signing, says E.B. Williams. Honestly, Jakey as an experienced signing, as loyal as he is to to them, that would be a huge stab. I don't know whether some of the younger viewers here, when I say younger viewers, I mean viewers my age and younger, would remember, but North Sydney Bears and Manly are fierce rivals. In fact, there's a lot of Bears fans that blame Manly for why they aren't in the comp anymore. The Bears and Manly are very, very traditional rivals. It would be huge if a Jakey boy went over to them. I could see it. But, like, I don't think he will. I think he's so loyal to Manly that he'll stick around. But, man, that would be one of the biggest headlines. Good morning, legend, says Jason Reader. Good morning, Jason. Good to have you in the stream, man. I hope you're having a great day so far. In fact, I hope everybody watching is having a great day so far. I know I'm having a great day. I mean, we've opened it up with an incredible stream, legends. I mean, it's only going to get better from here, right? I mean, We've done absolutely terrific stuff so far. Hull KR have come out with an absolutely shocking good appearance. This is their first ever World Club Challenge appearance, legends, by the way. I want to put that out there to you. Their first ever World Club Challenge appearance, and this is what they're putting up. They were determined to make history a reality in a good way, and look how they've done it. Just bravo, bravissimo. Be proud of yourselves. Pat yourselves. If we don't make the grand final in the next 2 years, something is terribly wrong. Fair enough. You have a pretty good team, legend. It wouldn't be the best, would it, if you don't? Hey, hello to Andrew. Welcome to the stream, mate. Good to have you here, mate, bro. How you going? Parramatta Eels all the way. Get the Muppet out of here. Next year's Vegas sounds better than this year's lineup. Storm, Tigers, Dolphins, Eels. Yeah, wrap it up. Wrap it up, BB Williams. Legendary stuff, mate. Parramatta Eels next year. Flying high with it. Can't wait. Vegas, baby. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I say viva, viva Las Vegas. That's not how the song, I think, fully goes, but in terms of stats for the first half, 3 tries to the 1 against the Broncos there for Hull KR. 57% possession went over to Hull as well. And they also just dominated completions and tackles. 31 in the opposition 20 with 19 out of 21 completions. An error from them essentially today was extremely rare. Extremely rare. I want to know why is it the NRL teams accept Eels? Accept Eels, man, because we're going on a 5P and we're going to win 5 straight of this thing. Well, legend, I think we talked about it earlier. It's a couple factors. It's the ultimately, I think the English, they're so passionate. I think it means a little more to them. Fitness is a big thing as well. They've already started a season. They're not building up to a season. They've started. They're a round in or two, I think. I'm pretty sure Super League as well. We talked about it here on the channel. So I think that it's just the fitness, man. I think it's just the fitness and that they want it. Anyways, legends, here we go. That's the end of the halftime show. Get ready for the second half. It's the Brisbane Broncos versus the Hull KR. Who will reign supreme here? We will find out in the next 40 minutes and whatever seconds it takes for them to kick the dang ball. Do the ball. Kick the ball. Here we go. Second half officially underway. Joe Burgess gets it over to the right here and crashing forward into Pat Carrigan and Hakeem Haas. They get him down to the ground here. Looking both ways, Lawson will lay down the law to a turn and goes over to the right here. Everyone doubting the Bulldogs, predicting them to miss finals. I don't think the Dogs are going to miss finals, legend. I just don't think they're going to play the grand final this year. But they can prove me completely wrong. So I can't wait for the NRL season to kick off next week. I can't wait either, man. You'll see me in Melbourne vlogging that. Hull KR now, over to the right, 30 metres out. They're moving so quick, they're freezing the screen. They're moving so quick, they're freezing the screen, legends. They're freezing the screen. They're going, freeze. Get down on the ground here. Merry-go-round to the left here. Let's find the World Club Challenge because I don't have all the player names fully memorized, legends. I've got a list here so I can remember it better. And Hull KR will win themselves a penalty now. How do they expect us to believe we will get a good game out of Cowboys and Knights? I don't know, man. I don't know. We know Cowboys and Knights is gonna suck, but we'll deal with it together, legends. You ever heard the song? We're all in this together. That's what it's like. And Lawton now on second tackle, 10 meters out from the try. Can they get it to make it 22 points to 4? Over to the right, be a huge start to the second half here. Hiku down the middle. That's good. I only just woke up, so I'm only going off scoreboard. Oh, fair enough, Andrew. Fair enough. They've just started. Well, they just started quicker, man. They just started quicker. They played with more intensity, more passion. They were lifting up the crowd throughout the entire thing before they'd even scored, right? Like they very clearly were ready for this game and cared. Broncos, they cared, but they seem to have been caught off guard with how hard Hull KR want this compared to the Ashes. And we got another penalty for Hull KR. I think Pat Carrigan cops him a little high there, unfortunately. Reece Walsh, by the way, will shock you, Andrew, has had a couple poor moments in this game. Poor decision-making. Bulldogs won't make 8. They might have too many questions around them, plus their forward packers in the ground, especially Leah Thompson out injured now. Yeah, it's going to be interesting with Bulldogs, man. Honestly, with the rivalry, you hope they don't create. But, we have the Doggies viewers, and if they do make the 8, they make it. Like, ultimately, for me, I think that when I do my ladder prediction, anywhere from 12 and to the top 8 can make finals if things go a certain way. Honestly, in all honesty, legend. Lewis taking the tackle here. Now back round to the right. Litton again here with service. Looks like Lawson's not doing... It looks like they've got an interesting setup here. They've got Lawson and Litton on the field. I thought that they'd be swapping each other, but instead they've got them in a role where they're going 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Almost like as if, imagine if Para had Riley and Talon playing at the same time. Or I guess actually a better example would be when the Storm had Brandon Smith on the field at the same time as Harry Grant. Back when he played for Storm, of course. Kicks, and it goes out of play. Brisbane Broncos now into the line here. Crashing in, Josiah Karapati here. Can't believe it's February of a World Cup here and England still don't have a coach. They'll get one. I mean, hasn't the Hull KR coach put his hand up for it? I think his name's Willie Pearson or something. He's put his arm up for it. I mean, if they're winning this one, why not, right? Why not? He clearly can get the English to play well, even though there's some non-English in this team. He clearly knows how to get them playing. Ben Hunt, who's considered retiring potentially at the end of this season. Not guaranteed, though. Tackled on the 40 of Hull KR's end here. For those of you who didn't catch and don't remember what sides they're going to, Broncos are going from the left to the right, Hull KR from the right to the left. Can't believe it's February. You probably hit the nail on the head with the passion and stuff. Aussies don't care about this, but England does. Exactly, Andrew. It's just how it is. It's a sad fact. You don't want to admit it, but it is how it is. It's the truth. Now Hull KR through the middle now. KR take the tackle. Ben Hunt and Reynolds. I remember when Reynolds and Ben Hunt were first added to the Broncos and there was all that talk about how they were a very aging halves combo. Would they be able to work? They did end up working and they even won a premiership. But, well, they also got injured winning that premiership. So how strong can they go for a whole other season or two? All it takes is one bad knock, right? Jordan Ricky gets them back. Sits him down. 26 meters gained here. That was a really good defensive display here from the Brisbane Broncos. And I've noticed that they've put Reece Walsh off of the catching duties for now, maybe because of the first half here. And instead, they've got Karapati getting it, who offloads now to Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh thinks that there's going to be someone for them, but there's nobody. And down he goes here. Honestly, there was an argument there looking at the replay here for a late contact from Hakeem Haas, but I think it was good, honestly. I think he was committed. And now comes Karapati, gets over to the halfway line now. Mate, I'm always hitting the nail on the head. What will you get first? Blake Moser breakout year or GDA 6? Oh, that's a tough, man. I think it's got to be Moser breakout year because GDA 6 is just never happening, man. I'm convinced that they're going to delay that stuff till 2030, even though it's coming this year. Stags with a short kick, running around here, moves with it, finds the pass. I know I said kick, I meant step. Over to Hakeem Haas now. Hakeem Haas there, Finds the pass to Ezra Mam now. Ezra Mam, look at his little trickery here. He doesn't want to crash into anything. Mam down, finds the kick here. Litton collects there. Too easy. Defense. Hull KR live to see another day with their lead there. Crashing forward again here into it. And it's a roaring reaction from Hull KR. They went into this game with no hope given from any of the pre-game talk people. GTA 6 is just now a Mandela effect. Bro, it just doesn't. But it's just not happening. It doesn't exist. We don't talk about it because it's not happening. None of us are going to be getting it, right? It's not going to exist. It'll release and we'll all be like, that doesn't happen. That's not real. Okay. Over to the left now. Don't forget, legends, if you're enjoying the stream, hitting that like button and subscribing confirms that your team's going to win not only this game, but their whole season, legends. If you want this result to matter, you know what to do, and show some support for your favorite Aussie creator. Interesting kick there from Louis Mickey, as I'm calling him. And Mike takes the tackle. Karapati to Ben Hunt here on the left. Damn, just heard Coates needs Achilles surgery. Another reason to tip Para round one. Just another reason of many, legend, because there's going to be a lot of reasons to tip Parramatta. I mean, we're winning the comp, so obviously we're going to beat Melbourne round one. Delusional. It's Melbourne who think they're going to keep their streak. Pain ass. Finds the pass to Ezra now. Ezra gains a few short steps there. Honestly, good tackle there from the defensive Hull KR here. And then over to the left here, Reece Walsh with a beautiful pass that only he can do. Over to Jack now. Jack now down the middle here. Jack held. Yes, so if I was Bronx fan, I would smash that unsubscribe. Exactly, to come back. I can't find a team that beats Para, to be honest. Yeah, but any team but Para, the rules apply, legend. Any team but Para. Almost through. Here we go, Shibasaki. Held up. Shibasaki held up. Almost had a try for the Broncos there. That would have been a big moment in this game here, potentially, but desperate defense, and he loses the ball. And he doesn't even reach far enough for it either. That is some brilliant defense there. And also, legends, does that number 7, we brought up his name earlier, does he not look familiar to you? Does he not? Guys? Does he? You got to think about this here. The number 7, he might have 2 brothers that play in the NRL, potentially. He might be somebody that has won both Super League and NRL. Don't know, though. You might have to look up the name Tyrone May to know. And here comes Hull KR, Peter Hiku, a name that surely people will remember. It hasn't been that long since he was in the NRL. Kind of fell off a little in the defense for the Cowboys, though. Over to the left here. Stepping around now. And it's a beautiful push and shove there. May, here we go, back on the ground. We were just talking about him before. Clearance now from Mikey. Over to the left side here. And, lost ball here. Reece Martin. And it's a try for Hull KR again here. Absolutely astonishing stuff. This is history in the making. Oliver Gildart. Tyrone May, Mr. Andrew. Oh, my goodness me. It's 22 points. It's 22-4. And Broncos still don't look like coming back. Hull KR absolutely flipping the script. They got given the Holy Gospel itself and wrote their own. Absolutely unbelievable. And this has to be one of the tries of the game here. And assist there from absolute legend there from PNG. Reece Martin. Instead of that done it. It's being currently for Phil Coates. At least Xavier's all good. No. Says EB was his storm announced. It says Jenny, can we on a debate going on? I'm focusing on this, but somebody could probably figure that out in the chat, whoever's injured. Whoever it may be. Absolutely incredible, though. And Oliver Gildart finds himself on the score sheet in the first ever World Club Challenge for Hull. That's right, legends. The first World Club Challenge for Hull. And Oliver Gildart has it. Gildart, a name that could also sound familiar, as he was in the NRL at one point. Playing for the West Tigers, he played 8 games in 2022, getting a try. He also was on loan at the Roosters in 2022 during that as well, where he played 2 games but didn't do anything. So probably a name some might remember if you're a bit of an obscure player rememberer like me. Down the sideline here, and it nearly scuffs, but he gets it. It's 24 to 4 here. And Reece Martin might be one of the few forwards that's an absolutely excellent kicker. He's a half bit a big body, kind of like how Junior Paulo used to be described. My bad, I'm coping as a storm fed after losing damn near everyone. It's okay, B. Williams. Who knows? You're still going to be favourites and probably get decisions in your favour round 1. But should be a good game, eh? But already have so many injuries and season hasn't started. Bro, it's insane, isn't it? I think Broncos have been there for a holiday, clearly haven't trained. I know they clearly haven't been put into the intensive camps that they were done previously last season. But also, legends, I do need to remind you, with a grain of salt with this result here, as impressive as it is from Hull KR, keep in mind that Broncos did not switch on fully. They played well enough to play finals and were decent, but they did not switch on fully as the best team until finals hit. That's when they truly found their footing. I want to remind you that the Broncos are clearly a team that just keep their fitness through the whole year rather than being the best. But for this game, not good enough from them in their fitness. But I do see a world where the Broncos are still in for a very, very good year. It's just unfortunately not the best World Cup challenge from them here. They've got 27 minutes to come back, though. Hull KR, though, it's their game. Somehow it's become their game to lose. They've done amazing today. By the way, Ben Tolte is officially on the field. Tawa is off for the Brisbane Broncos here. Shibasaki takes a tackle on the left side here. Shibasaki goes to the ground now here. Looking for the movement here. Karapati, 27 out of 29 completions still. I don't know if that includes, I think that's the whole game, in which case they haven't made an error yet, Hull KR actually. Paddy Carrigan then through the middle here. Luke Flex Boyds is catching the coach. Looks like it, Peter McLean. Oh, yeah, I believe Bronx will be up there, but I will banter while I can. Bro, that's all good. Banter as hard as you can, all right? I want you to give it to every Brisbane fan you see, all right? Because we're not going to have many opportunities to banter them like this. This is the moment we can go full in on them, legend. Actually, Andrew, you should be more upset. Does this jacket not look more familiar to you? Does it not look more familiar to you, bro? Over to the right here, Litton. A good pass there. Where's my boy Batchelor? I like Batchelor. Round to the left now. Just spinning around a little ballet dance there as he goes to the ground. A little ballet dance. Little ballet dance. Good high kick there. Oh, my God. That is really good from the Broncos. And oh! Oh, my God. Somehow the Broncos didn't get it. Somehow they didn't get the ball. And Mikey Lewis, the man that was not even supposed to play today, has scored a 40-20 from exceptional angles there. Oh, my God. I think I had a better chance at kicking that. Incredible stuff. Has Walsh been skipping on toilet water this year? He must have been. He must have switched to tap water. Reece Walsh has switched to tap water, legends. Officially, put that on the news, all right? Reece Walsh to tap water, not good enough. Lawton. Over to the left now. Tomamone got the first try of the game and completely changed the vibe of this. Goes down. Now over to the left here. Finds the pass again. I think we could smell another try coming for Hull KR in this one unless the Broncos find a way to switch on here because I haven't felt it with this defensive effort. Mikey Lewis, fourth tackle here. Trying to just get around there. Almost prime RTS kind of stuff. Wait, Broncos need a toilet water break ASAP. ASAP. Where's the water breaks? Where's the quarter breaks? We're almost at it. There's 24 minutes to go. May now. There could be an obstruction here if they're not too careful. Low kick. And Hull KR score again. You could just smell it coming. And it's none other than former NRL, what would we call him? A bit of a dark horse setup for one of the best. Mr. Peter Heku. A bit under-talked about when he was in his prime. Peter Heku bags himself a try in the first ever Hull KR Super. Here we go. Super performance. I am left speechless in this game here. Hull KR have absolutely put the trotter on them. Hull poisoned the toilet water. Somebody poisoned the toilet water hole before the game, maybe. Must have. No, I'm telling you right now, he switched to tap water. He was told it was the exact same when it wasn't. Kind of when people tell you that diet food is exactly the same in taste. Absolutely not. I am watching and I am supporting my only big Kummel, Reece Martin. Hey, Terence, shout out to you. We were talking about this earlier as well. Hull, yeah, of course, off the bench. Who did they have? None other than a very popular man on the channel. Reece started Martin, though he wasn't starting today. Put off a good assist, actually, Terence, to represent your boys well. Absolutely love Reece Martin. Great kicker, great player, and great assister today, eh? Didn't assist this try, but assisted one earlier. It was a bit awkward, but it was a try nonetheless. Shout out to all my viewers from PNG, England, and all the other places, Australia. Yeah. Peter Hiku, 201 NRL games where he scored 60 tries. It's the good even number for him there. And 18% of you that tipped Hull KR can be very proud of yourselves because I'm not so sure if that's going to change. There's not a banana in the crowd. There's a banana in the crowd, legends. What on earth? A banana. It's a banana. Banana, na, 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 na. Bananas in Hull KR are beating Broncos. Bananas in Hull KR are smashing the ball. Bananas in Hull KR are cheering on Hull. It is 30-4 as we continue on with this one forevermore. And here they go, Hull KR. Just no errors. That's the big thing with Hull KR. They just haven't made errors today. $25 thanks to Peter Hiku. Let's go, Emmy Williams. Happy for you. Can we get a shout out to the people from Mars? Oh, gotcha. To the people from Mars who went there to buy candy bars, shout out to you. People were saying 40 plus, just not the way they fought. Exactly, Jenny Kidd. It went the wrong way. It's gone the wrong way, legend. It's still the score they fought, but the wrong way. Oh, to the left again here. By the way, shout out to Mikey Lewis. It was an amazing... The halves are what have won this game today. Adam Reynolds and Ben Hunt and, well, their initial... Adam Reynolds and Ben Hunt in the halves and Ezra Mam, okay, because it's been a freeway thing, just have not performed to the level they should. They just haven't. It's simple as that. They have not performed to the level that they are capable of, Hasn't been enough from them. And we keep moving with it. It's just been a better game from the whole KR halves. And the fact that that's Tyrone May is in that halves combo is really big, considering he was barely in the 17 for the Panthers when he played for them. Barely. Over to the right here, Adam Reynolds, at least in his final season, with a long kick there, and it ends up with Lewis again here. Lewis finds the pass backwards here. If Samoa named this backline, they are taking it out. Falago fullback, Tidy and Tidy on the wing, and Bizzer on the wing, Critter and Hammer in the centers, Luai, Metcalf. That's assuming Metcalf doesn't have another bloody injury to his legs, man, or his wrists or whatever, bro. That's assuming he stops being made of glass and gets made of like solid hard glass, I guess, plastic. He becomes plastic instead of glass. That's the only way he's going to survive to get to that point, legend. And Hull KR wrapped up neatly. Reece Martin, man of the hour there. Well, not man of the hour, but man of the hour for PNG, folks. Held around near halfway. Clearance in the air now. Mikey Lewis goes to the left here. Halfway through the second half now, officially, legends. And it ends up with Dean Mariner, the sub-Mariner. Broncos are going to have one of the best 20-minute performances. It has to be Nathan Cleary-esque to win now. Nathan Cleary-esque, legends. Reece Walsh. Can Walsh do a Cleary for this? There's no doubt that he can, but will he? That's the big question. Broncos serving through the middle now. Shibasaki, arms up, keeps breaking through. Shibasaki gained some good meters there for his side here. A reliable player as always. And Ben Hunt now, there's a reason that he plays, he dabbles between 5'8" and hooker. Great server of the ball. Finds Ezra Mammon. Oh, I don't know about that one there as they get to halfway now. 2 tackles left in the set now. Over to the right here. With speed now. Talty's through. Talty. Pat Carrigan. And he's going to score for the Broncos. An exceptional leader. Brisbane make it 30-8 here. And could we see the start of an absolutely epic comeback potentially here? 30-8 now. Brisbane are going to have to take this kick quick and play fast with it. There's no time for anything too loose. They have to put in the effort. This is far from an easy ask. This is grand final levels of ask in terms of the time to do it. Patrick Carrigan flies on through with a try. It's 30-8. They can make it just 20 points. Can they do it? Brisbane Broncos. And they've got it. 30-10 now, the scoreline. Here we go. And it's good to see the Broncos getting their annual try of the half. And Ben Toldy, shout out to him. Incredible run through the line there. Young Brisbane Bronco Jr. Obviously, comes into the side as a bit of a replacement for the lost Kobe Hetherington, I believe, who went off to the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, where, of course, we're yet to see how he goes there. But I'm not too high hoped for Manly, but, Kobe Hetherington's a good addition for them. Ben Tolsey, though, deserves all the credit there because that was a brilliant break through the line. You think he was Reece Walsh with that, guys. Giddy up, boys, says Chris Leaves. 20 minutes. Don't disgrace the NRL. Exactly, Jenny Kidd. Don't disgrace the NRL. Give us a big game here. Give us a big game. Brisbane Broncos fans, if you want your team to come back, you have to hit the sub. You have to. And like. Over to the right. Reynolds. It's a dummy here. Oh, my God, they might do it down the far right. They're running. They're running. Are they going to pass it? He's going to dummy and go alone here. And it's going to be an incredible try for Dean Mariner. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Dean Mariner scores. And Hull KR have switched off a little in the last 3 minutes. It is 14-30 here. Brisbane Broncos break through the line again. And that was a serve from Adam Reynolds over to Walsh. And nobody but Reece Walsh was going to do that. Reece Walsh, ladies and gentlemen, and Dean Mariner, the Submariner, scuba dives over for a try. And it's 14-30 with a kick to come now. Could you imagine? Giddy up, boys. Could you imagine if somehow, against all the odds, the Brisbane Broncos do something here? They have already changed how the scoreline looks. 16-30 now. Mate, one more try and it doesn't look safe. One more try and it doesn't look safe at all. Broncos are doing to Hull what Cleary to them. Exactly, E.B. Williams. What did we say right before this happened? We said we need a Cleary-esque performance from someone. We need a Brisbane Broncos Uno reverse card on the 2023 Grand Final. And that's just what we be getting, legends. That's just what we be getting. Broncos. Dean Mariner, 19 games, 12 tries. He's no stranger to a few points in this game. If Broncos win, I'm going to poop myself, says Sam Chidiak in the chat. Mate, probably all of us. We need grand final Walsh performance. Exactly, Jenny Kidd. You need grand final Reece Walsh performance to make all the difference today here. Through the middle, the Broncos, they've hyped themselves up here. They've got a big moment coming up now. First tackle. Hull KR, it's over to the middle. I think if Hull KR could get another try, not that it looks like it, they'd have it. But here we go. Keeps batting backwards. They're still saying it was backwards. And, oh, no, it doesn't matter because Hull KR collect. But the referee's actually going to step in here and say that it's not play on, unfortunately. Go Broncos says after a lap here. It would be absolutely unbelievable if it happened, legends. But I can't completely rule it out. 15 minutes is longer than it feels sometimes. And in these kind of games, absolutely. And you got to appreciate the passion here. Shout out to the crowd, 24,600 at MKM Stadium Hull there. A complete crowded house. And here comes man with the ball here. Seems like they ruled that it came off Hull KR. Hull are going to fumble the bag like Hammer with Jamie Chapman, says EB. They just might, legend. That fumble of the century. Over to the right here. Reynolds finds Reece Walsh here, and that is Reece Walsh trying something but getting nothing here. That's second tackle. It's 6 again here for the Broncos now. Came off Hull KR again. They're desperate to continue defending. If they can get to 10 minutes at 16:30, maybe they can, lower the Broncos' hopes a little. But how long do you have? You have 14 minutes and 32 seconds as I'm reading your comment, legend. Payne Haas, Hakeem Haas takes the tackle now. It's a full set so far. You're moving on to second tackle here, and you're 20 meters out from their try line. Here we go. Tolte, he got the opening tries and set them off there. Now to the left here, Reece Walsh. Walsh, and it's a try for Brisbane again. Shibasaki. And here we go. It's 20-30 with a kick to come here. Shibasaki flies on over. And I think that's a double for him in this game. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is going to be the most insane game of rugby league that we may have streamed on the channel. Silas says, let's go the Broncos. You know when the improbable becomes the probable, impossible, incredible. How on earth has this game switched up? I know how it switched up. This is the team that loves the second half. They out-fitness everyone. And oh no, the kicks hit the post. The kicks hit the post, legends. The 10-point gap instead of an 8-point gap here. They're gonna have to get 2 tries and convert at least one of them to be all square in this one. I'd argue that was blind ball from Reece Walsh to Shibasaki, but PNG is behind you, Bronx, says Chris Lambs. What have I missed? I was gone for like 5 minutes. You've missed the Broncos absolutely switching on. It's 30-20 with the unlucky number 13 on the clock for minutes left and 11 seconds. Don't forget the 11 seconds. Is there a chance? Gave them too big a lead, Peter McLean says. We'll see, Peter McLean. I agree with you that it should have been too big a lead, but 13 minutes, bro, they've done in about 4 or 5. They've done it way quicker. I just need X to score, and I would make $65 off this game. Good luck, E.B. Williams, with that. Hope you make money. Go, comeback King, says after a lap. The Broncos fans are going wild in the chat here. Broncos fans, show your support. Reece Walsh to Adam Reynolds. Finds the short pass. Jordan Ricky almost flies through there. Jordan Ricky now plays the ball here. Reece Walsh with speed. Walsh is a key factor in this here. They almost break through the line again there, but can't quite there. Good defense there from our favorite boy, Bachelor, in the chat here. Now to the left here. Ezra Mann finds it through now. Could this be the try here potentially? Did he get that? They're going to tell him to go back. It's going to be no try. They're not even going to look at it. He was held. No try for them there. The comeback Kings won't be scoring in that set now. Still 11 minutes to go here, legends. Hull KR have the ball now. Where was the Broncos supporters at the start of the game? Don't know, E.B. Williams, but they've shown up. And they've shown up with a ferocious passion, man, to make the difference today here. Here we go. Peter Hiku. He could have scored the winner, to be honest with you, Peter Hiku. Wouldn't that be a big for him? Good old Peter here. Proper sleep. They probably were, legend. They probably weren't up for it. William Mova says, come on, Bronx in the chat here. Go Walsh, we love you. Good to see. Hull KR fans, feel free to defend Hull as well here. It's the battle. It's the clash of the fandoms here. Broncos, hold back Tyrone. Is that going to be a penalty? Is that going to be a penalty, or is it just a straight knock-on from May? It's a straight knock-on from May, apparently. And now the ball is going over to the Brisbane Broncos, and he's lost his... I can't even tell who he is because he's lost his jersey completely here. Who is this? I need to see this. Jordan Ricky with the tackle. He completely just stripped his jersey. He said, come on, boy, strip for me, and took it off. No shirt wonder over here. No shirt wonder legends here, number 13. It's the captain. It's the captain. They wanted to see the pecs. Elliot Minchella. Bris Vegas, baby, says Chris Leaves in the chat here. Try coming up, says Silas for them here. Bro's jersey, says Ridakaba. Who's mine, man? Because mine's legendary. 30-20 at the moment. Bro, he just... Oh, his jersey. I had a mind blank there. You're right. Absolutely amazing stuff. And here we go. Katoni Staggs completely fends them off here. Oh, mate, WWE slammed there into the ground now. And the Broncos continue moving forward here. And it's a penalty for the Broncos as well. There's still 10.5 minutes to go, legends. There's still 10.5 minutes to go. I've got a question. Somebody can do the research potentially for this because I'm commentating. But would this be 3 penalties to Hull KR for the Broncos? Would this be the biggest ever World Club Challenge comeback? Genuinely, I'm curious. I definitely haven't watched it myself, a bigger comeback. Please, Walsh. 1 try for me, says Arthur Slap. Oh, I thought it was Ricky without the shirt. No. We're going to get shirtless Jordan Ricky during the season. They make you wait for the good stuff. Now to the left, Adam Reynolds finds Ezra Mam here. Mam fends them off here, gets over to the 10-meter line now. 10-meter line, 10 minutes to go. Third tackle here. Number 10 gets the ball. Hakeem Haas finds the pass over to Ben Hunt, who finds Tolte now, and Tolte will just spin around here and be held in front of the try line now on the 30. He's held above the goal line, so it'll go to the 10-meter where they start here. Do it for Arthur Slap in the chat here. 10 minutes is just big enough. They're going to score 3 tries. It is big enough, legend. It is absolutely a big enough time period, 100% here. That's why I haven't ruled them out yet. Payne Haas now through the middle here. Bro, they could be making us eat our words here. Ben Hunt finds Adam Reynolds. Oh, my God. Walsh with a long pass, but it's too far. The winger wasn't ready for it, and it goes completely out of play there. And Hull KR relieved here. Reece Walsh just having a chat with his winger briefly about the plan. Didn't work out there, though. And it won't be coming in that set, the all-game-on matchmaker. Won't be happening there. Could happen soon, but it won't be happening yet, legends. Oh, my God, what a game we are having. 8.5 minutes still to go here. Hull KR over to the right now. 8.5 minutes held on the ground. First tackle. Becomes second here. Peter Hiku. Hiku around now. Peter Hiku. Very rough tackles. I think they're trying to force that error, but it's not coming yet in this one, legends. Not coming yet. Background left here. Hull KR, 8.5 minutes. 8.5 minutes, 10 points. They can still concede a converted try and still win, but they're gonna have to keep holding on. Because unless that baby's hitting 8 minutes done and 20 seconds to go, I'm not ruling this out yet. Broncos going to score many tries. There's Arthur a lap. Many tries, legend. They score so many that it's going to be a different record in itself. And the Submariner ends up with the ball here. I think he's got the most recent try of the day. No, Shibasaki's got the most recent try. He's got the second most recent try, I think. Over to the right here, Stags. All it takes is one break through the line to completely rip them apart here. Broncos over to the left here. Reece Walsh saves the day there. Stepping around now, it is Karapati fighting Ezra Mam here. Ezra Mam looks for the pass. He can't find anyone there, and Ezra Mam goes down to the ground now. Arms up in the air. Shibasaki, they keep fending them off here. They keep going over to the halfway line now. They go with it. Like sub-legends, it's the only way your team's going to win. I warned you, more Broncos fans must have subbed because that's why Hull KR have started to come back. Must have been. Has to have happened. Now to the left here, high kick in the air, Reece Walsh. Walsh looking for some individual brilliance. Can't find it. Damn, viewership has spiked, legend. 55 in the chat. I know, man. I know. It's been a good stream. I appreciate you. And also, shout out to you people. We've had 3,000 viewers today. So, yeah, 3,000 overall. You know, you go, oh, that's not much. Look up 3,000 people and see how many people in a room that is. Appreciate every single one of you. Gets over to the 20-meter line now. We move to the right here with May. All it takes is one error from either team to seal this game. Hull KR, maybe they get that one winning try. 20 meters gained here. And that 40-20 brilliance from Lewis is looking to be really important heading into the rest of this game here, legends. Shout out to the 50 of you that are currently watching, 52 actually, that are currently watching here on the channel. Appreciate every single one of you. Adam Reynolds moves left now. He takes a step, a little shimmy to the left, a little shimmy to the right, and a tackle. Flipping around now, Xavier Wilson, one of the biggest boys you'll ever meet, legends. Huge guy there, takes the tackle on the halfway line there for the Broncos. Reminder for you people who can't actually watch the game itself, Broncos are attacking from the left of your screen towards the right, and for Hull KR, it's the opposite. Ezra Mann finds his way over to the halfway here. 5.5 minutes on the clock now. It's ticking fast for them now. They find Hakeem Haas here. Paid ass forward now. Held on 40 here. Back to right here. Looks for the kick. Here we go. Ben Hunt kicking low for Brisbane. Shibasaki juggles it. And did it get hit out by Lewis? Lewis is arguing. I think the refs ruled it came off Lewis or something. Lewis is appealing to his captain. He's not happy with the call. Yeah, Lewis, there's a hand on it earlier from Hull KR, actually. Can you say hi to the leaguey for me if you are playing on Sunday? E.B. Williams, funnily that you should say that. I am actually going to be hanging around with I'm going to be hanging around with my boy Hadesy, who is actually bringing the leaguey to that game. So yeah, I will be seeing them. And you know what, E.B. Williams, watch the vlog because I might shout you out. Okay, we might give you a fun little. E.B. Williams says hi. How about that, man? Just for you on the vlog tomorrow. Kicking it off here. And they actually get a penalty, it looks like. Here we go. No, too short. Here we go. And we continue on here. Broncos over to the left. We love what we heard. We love it so far, legends. We love it so far. Broncos over to the left now. Shibasaki almost out here. Karapati tries to take the tackle without going out. He's not out. He stays in somehow. Tolte, they're on the 20 now. The pressure is on Hull KR. 3.5 minutes to go. Have they left it too late, the Broncos? Payne Haas fending them off here. Payne Haas showing some of his skill here. Staggs stepping away here. Katoni Staggs just about 6 meters out now. Goes to the left. Jordan Ricky here. Finds Reynolds. Finds Pat Carrigan. Finds Walsh. It's line ball there to Shibasaki. And Shibasaki's held 5 meters out. 5th tackle now. One more in the set here. Ben Hunt to Carrigan to Reynolds to Ricky to Staggs. Staggs for the corner. Katoni Staggs has rolled it into the corner. And they have 3 minutes to grab the equaliser, assuming they get the kick either in this one or the next try. They'll have to review. But for now, Katoni Staggs has made it 24-30. And Hull KR, every fan of theirs in that stadium, their heart rate has just gone to the moon. And the stress on the coach in the stands is unmatched at the moment here. It is absolute madness at this exact time here. Katoni Staggs flies on through and scores what could be a huge try today. We love what we heard. I love what you said, bro. I love what I just heard. You love what you heard just now. He's missed the kick. He's missed the kick. They're going to have to convert the next try. They're going to have to convert the next try, legends. They have to convert the next try if they want to hope. They could. Goodness me. Looks like kicking cost us. Just maybe, mate. Just maybe, Peter. Just maybe. Rest in peace, says Jenny Kidd. Rest in peace. Shoelace Redo. Shoelace Redo. Well, they could draw. Absolutely unbelievable stuff here. I don't know why the Broncos fans are just sitting there. They should get hyped for this one. This is massive. Mate, I'm not even a Broncos fan, and I'll tell you right now, if I was in the stands right now, I'm jumping up and down non-stop here. I'm going, Broncos! Like, come on. Adam Reynolds just kicked a missed stuffer. And now Hull KR have kicked it to Brisbane. 30-24. 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock now. I feel like a crazy person right now watching this game. Insane stuff. And he almost lost it. Hull KO were appealing, but he didn't. Over to the left. In fact, he was appealing that he got a penalty, so I think there was a loss of the ball. He just thinks it was a pen for it. Ben Hunt now looks for the service. On the 30th, Shibasaki to Reynolds. To Payne Haas here. Payne Haas, don't underestimate him here. Payne Haas takes the tackle here. Ben Hunt's over to the right here, Adam Reynolds. Reece Walsh! Oh, if the timing was a little better, that was a try. And here we go, Ben Hunt. It's fifth tackle here. This might be their last chance to have any hope of winning this game here. Payne Haas over to the left now. The Broncos are still going with it. Tolte to Ezra Mann. He kicks low, and it's too deep. It's too deep. Hull KR surely have gotten something out of today's match. You kicking it to the left, I'm telling you, kicking it to the left. You're kicking it to the left. They didn't. Oh, my God. And Hull KR now, they will look to just see how much time they can get out of this with 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock right now here. I can't believe that they've just proven 69% of the stream to be complete clowns. We're all clowns, legends. Don't worry, I wear the clown makeup with you. Goodness me. We have to go here. Hull KR through the middle again. 1 minute to go. Again, they will just play out the clock. And if it's 6 again, they're done for. Second tackle. On to third now. Delivering it in here. 45 seconds on the clock. 50% of the way through the set here. Bronx slept for just a few minutes too long here. But wow. Wow, the attack was good. Hull KR taking their time to play the ball now. Reece Martin plays the ball here. We go down the middle now. May takes the tackle. I would have been rich if I tipped Hull low-key. If I had the money to tip Hull KR low-key, me too. Mikey Lewis now. They run the ball on the last here. And it ends up with Reece Walsh for the Broncos. Broncos have it for 20 seconds. And Reece Walsh is trying to go through the ball here with a very long pass. He goes to his wing here. Did he knock it on? Hull KR thought he did. And the referee says he did. The ref says he did. Hull KR will be World Club champions. Despite how the final 20 minutes went, the Brisbane Broncos were unable to stop the determined underdogs. It may have been their first time here, but they still are a world champion. And today, they are crowned the best in the world. Hull KR in the World Club 2026 Challenge are the champions. And England, UK, across the nation, scream with glee as the Broncos drop their heads in shame. It was an extremely impressive performance there. To even be close to coming back was amazing from Brisbane. But Hull KR was simply the better team for longer and overall deserved the win. The comeback kings almost happened though. E.B. Williams says Reynolds is in fact not clutch. Indeed, man. How many kicks did he miss today? Because it was a letdown for Brisbane. That could have changed the momentum too of the game, right? The kicks. But hey, one team just did it better. And if one team does it better, that's how they do it. Have a good one, man. Catch you tonight. Catch you tonight, Jenny Kim. I just want to talk about for a second, legends. Don't worry, all right. I won't waste your time too much here. But how good was that performance from Hull KR. Like, outside of the final 20, which they'll be disappointed by and look to fix heading into their Super League season for the rest of it. You know, they're early days in that anyways. It'll only get more intense from here. They have taken on one of the best teams we've seen. Like, Brisbane Broncos in the finals last year was unbelievable, and they switched on at least towards the end of this game. This is not what like it was what happened. Bye. He's taunted the Broncos. They underestimated him and his boys, and it made all the difference today. Bronx did really good, says Silas. Season 26 looks like a back-to-back. Looks like a good season from them, absolutely, legend. And it looks like a good performance here from Hull KR as well. Only 20% of us went with Hull KR to win today. I wasn't one of them. I'm going to be honest about that, legends. Truly surprised about how this game went, but I'm not ashamed either. Remember, legends, today we got 2 more streams. I will put them up after this. We have the Tigers and the Panthers at 8 o'clock, and we also at 6 o'clock have the Warriors. Well, actually, is it the Tigers and the Panthers? It's the Warriors and someone. Warriors and Dolphins, that's right. Yeah. Warriors and Dolphins is the 6 o'clock. We'll be live for both of those here on the channel. I can't wait to do those. But for now, Hull KR here are your World Club Champions for 2026 in their first ever World Club Challenge. If that is not a stat to be proud of, I don't know what is. And for you legends who may wonder, hey, TJC, who scored the try in this game? Who tries in this game? I've got you covered. We opened up 5 minutes in, talking about how great the Broncos look into this game, where Tom Amone, off of a kick from Tyrone May, flashes the pan in over and scores an amazing try there. Tom Amone, legends. And then they follow it up with a try in the 12th minute by Elliot Minchella, the captain of the side. That's right, with over 100 games experience. He showed it today. He also had his pecs revealed to the world when he had his shirt completely ripped. But we digress. And then Joe Burgess flew over, and it just seemed meant to be. After that, Shibasaki scored, and that wrapped up the first half tries there. I think they went in at 16-8, I think it was roughly. Moving on to the second half, it was nowhere near as good necessarily, but they played the first 20 minutes of the second half really good. Hull KR with Oliver Gildas and Peter Hiku scoring. Moving over to the Broncos, though, with a near brilliant comeback in the last 20 minutes. Pat Carrigan, Dean Mariner, Shibasaki, and Staggs all scoring within the space of 16 minutes. How crazy is that overall? I can't believe that personally. 4 tries in 16 minutes is just really impressive considering how far they were behind. And also, I think that they missed 3 kicks. They missed 3 kicks, legends. And if you before you go, oh, it's only 3 kicks, legend. 2, 4, 6. 6 points, legends. They score those kicks. Okay, they hit those kicks. All right, okay. I'm just putting that out there to you, legends. If they get those kicks, they've. I think they're all square, right? All right. You know, 4, 8. Yeah, they're all square. They're 30. All of he gets those kicks. The difference between them is that, guess what? Arthur Morgan and Reece Martin got it. They did the job. They finished it here. That's how it works, legends. You know, the end of the day, you don't have to be the best team on the field when it comes to on paper or how many people know your name if you put up the best performance, right? Sometimes it's not name alone. And I argue some of these players do have a big name. I'm just not cultured enough to know it. Truly impressive performances here in the 2026 World Club Challenge. And this might be my favorite World Club Challenge in a long time here between them. The only thing that really carried the Wigan one last year is the history Wigan have with this prestigious tournament. And, of course, Bevan French, former Eel, you know, huge hype there. E.B. Williams in the chat says, hope Fleggy doesn't get injured. Hope he plays Origin this year. E.B. Williams, their legends. Hopefully, E.B. Mate, Thomas Flegler, how tough of a time has he had overall? I mean, I really feel for him. I hope he has an amazing season there for the Dolphins, legend. Truly, I do. You know, he deserves it. If anyone deserves it, it's him. In fact, you know what? The whole KR colours, I don't want to be that guy, but they kind of give me Dolphins vibes in their colour scheme, don't they? Mel in the chat says, congrats, Hull. See you tonight. Oh, see you tonight, Mel. Oh, congratulations to them. They should be so proud, man. Like, I mean, the odds that they were at to win this one, the Poms, was so low. And you can see the excitement on their fan base. as an Aussie, I'm going to say it right now. The English crowd is some of the most passionate you will see in rugby league. You don't get much more passionate than them. The way that they cheer for their team, whether it's chants, passion, motivation, it doesn't matter. And it looks like they've named their man of the match legends as well here, and it's Jez Litton. Oh, what a player he was today. Service was unbelievable. In fact, let's take a look at Jez Litton, the man of the match for this game today here, legends. Taking him there, 2 try assists, 4 hit-ups, 8. We've got multiple running line breaks here. He's got a couple. Oh, my God. Jez Litton had an insane game. Absolutely incredible from him there. I had no idea who Jez Litton was heading into this, but I will know now. I will know now after an amazing performance. I'd argue that it could have gone to Lewis too, because he put on an absolute blinder. And from my understanding, he had a poor game in his last Super League game. So to put on the cape and do what he's done is truly just wow stuff, mind-boggling, impressive. Give him a big clap, right? Pat on the back, legends. For you guys wondering, where's TJC not going? We're going to be sticking around for the trophy celebrations, legends, or at least try to. Once that's wrapped up, we will wrap up the stream. Till then, though, we're just going to be praising Hull KR and how well they did today. Seriously, I'm not afraid to admit, as much as it makes me come off as, because I try to be fair, but I completely underestimated Hull KR heading into this one. And they put up that kind of performance. I genuinely thought that this was the Broncos game to lose. It was. Hull KR went, okay, well, here you go. Lose it, bro. Lose it. No, seriously, Brisbane need to take a bit of a look, because at the end of the day, while this is, before the season still for them and they're still in preseason mode, they got to be doing better than that. That at the end of the day, whether you say, oh, if that game goes for 10 more minutes, they might win. They played poorly. Yes, I'm going to say it, poorly for nearly over an hour, almost exactly an hour on the dot. They played really poorly and disappointingly, the Brisbane Broncos, predictably. Silly errors. Yes, that final 20, they showed why they were one of the world's best, but they did not do that for 80, and that's why at the end of the day, they don't have the win today, legends. Can teams sometimes steal wins in things like this? Yes, but today is not that day. And Willie Peters' side in the Super League have won it here. Celebrating with joy here. You can tell how much it means to them, legends. It's something that is just a bit of a problem right now with the Aussie teams in this challenge. I don't think it means as much to them, legends. I don't know about you, but I just don't think it does. It might. I might be wrong. I might be completely going cuckoo. But for me, it just doesn't mean as much to them, I don't think. And Hull KR, the moment they walked out onto that field, you saw it. They were hyping up the crowd. They were like, come on. They were kissing the badge. They were celebrating. They were ripping in. They had their shirts off and they were still moving. They did everything to the level that a passionate player should do for their passionate supporting fans. JK in the chat. I don't know why I called you JJ. JK in the chat here says, up the Cowboys and Robins, best 2 in the world and partners. Best of luck to you, Cowboys. It's going to be interesting when they play Knights, I'm going to say. I don't fully know. I think it's Knights, but that's going to be, I think I'm going to have to sit the Cowboys in that one. But, I don't say it happily. We'll see how teams do today in this, and in the other games. But Benjamin says, Australia still number 1. Yeah. No doubt. If you throw them into the NRL, I think they struggle. But, yeah. Next time, put it in a neutral nation. That's not really how they've done it since they've returned it, legend. I mean, even when they put it in Australia with the Penrith game, they still beat them. St. Helens controlled the game completely versus the Panthers, who were still yet to win, I think it was 2 of their premierships. So, but I do agree with you, I guess, if you want it to truly be fair, put it in a neutral nation. But the question is, would it do as well in a neutral nation without a fan base caring? I get you, though. Tyler, can the Broncos go back-to-back premierships this year? Yes, they can go back-to-back premierships this year. Will they, Legend? That's a big question, but they can. Absolutely, they can here. Absolutely, 100% here. I am born and raised in Townsville, says JK. Cowboys fan from the beginning, but my mother is from the East Hull, where I'm living now. Oh, that's really interesting, actually, JK. So that's why you have a soft spot for them. So best of both worlds and teams. Fair enough, man. Best of ones, 100%, bro. 100%. English ref, English video ref, English stadium, English media, all biased against the Broncos. Broncos dominated Hull, and the refs just gave Hull the win. My words. The Broncos just gave Hull enough to win it. Fair enough, AGTV. Fair enough, AGTV. Fair enough, right? Well, we end the poll here on 194 votes here. 21% of you went with Hull KR here to win. 68% of you went with the Broncos, which was proven incorrect. 6% of you went with the ref. And 5% of you were just there to enjoy little old me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, legends, for showing up for that here. Walsh will be, shout out to E.B. Williams here, in the upcoming thing ahead. He will be chasing his Red Dead Redemption there, Reece Walsh. 100%, man. I mean, they took out Harper Morgan. Make sure he doesn't have TV after this game. They took him out. I disagree too, JK. But also, we are a channel where we don't like, where unless they're just flat out being, you know, there's a difference between sharing an opinion and being like, oh, this guy's a B word and all that. Got a censor for the channel. But, you know, when you have an opinion like bias and stuff, that's fair enough. That's their opinion. That's their prerogative. That's what they go with, Legend. I disagree with it as well. But I respect AGTV's opinion and all that good stuff. Anyways, Legends, lifting the trophy here. Hull KR are your World Club Challenge 2026 champions of the world. PNG Reece Martin and Captain Elliot Minchella lifting the trophy there. Reece Martin took over kicking after Morgan went out. With, I think it was an injury in the first 20-ish minutes, I think it was. Absolutely incredible scenes here. Hull KR with a night to remember, a dream performance they will never forget. Ashton says, up the Robins. Tyler, Broncos have got Panthers in round one. That's a scary idea, isn't it, here? Someone better tell them this isn't Suncorp anywhere. It's basically Game of Thrones territory now. Winter is coming, and so... That's a legendary comment. That's actually... JK, shout out to you. That's another one of my top comments of the stream here. Someone better tell them this isn't Suncorp anymore. Winter is coming, and so is the defensive line. Here they have it at 30-24. The champions themselves celebrating around with the fans. If they hear someone yelling, you know nothing just from the stands, it's not sledging, it's just local hospitality. Damn right, bro. Damn right. That's not sledging. That's just how they do things over there. And you got to respect them for it so badly. It's absolutely legendary how they do it. Anyways, legends, if you're hyped about the result or want the Broncos to go better next year, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be streaming a lot of games in the upcoming year, as well as doing vlogs and prediction videos that you're not going to want to miss out on. I'm leaving the stadium now to try and beat the traffic. It's absolutely freezing. Hey, fair enough, man. If you got to beat the traffic, got to beat the traffic. Go, bro. Go, 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 go. Go, get home. Be happy. The North remembered today, lads. They will be remembered. I appreciate every single one of you for watching. I hope to see some of you later when it is the 8 o'clock game between the Tigers and the Panthers and the 6 o'clock game between the Dolphins and the Warriors, legends. We'll be streaming both of those here on the channel. Get absolutely hyped for it. It's going to be a great year ahead. Appreciate every single one of you. 2 more streams to come for the week. Later today, let's go have it here. Sub lads is JK. JK, you are an absolute legend. Thank you very much. People should follow in your example. I'll see you all later. Let's go. Congrats, KR.